Everyone, how's my audio? Let me know so we could get started. We be live. Okay, so we have Patreon questions, which we're going to be answering today. Let me just fix my headset. There we go. Cool. All right, so we're going to be answering our Patreon questions, and then if there's time, I'm going to look at some live chat questions and answer those. Hi, Suha. Hi, Satya. Satya is saying Happy New Year in advance. Happy New Year? Which New Year? Okay, thank you. Soha is saying audio is great. KP saying Armin, Happy New Year in advance. Okay, people are wishing me Happy New Year. That's weird. Cool. All right, so we have 5 Patreon questions. I'm going to be answering those, and then I'm going to take a look at the live chat, and then I'm going to post the link on the community tab to our YouTube members only, in case anybody wants to come up and talk for a few minutes before I head out. But I'm going to try to end today's stream as fast as possible because I am traveling to Germany with Susie and Bobak, and we're going to be seeing Richard Dawkins. We're going to see Ali Rizvi, Jimmy Bangish, and Rana, and Mariam Namazi, and Mimsy, and Video Vids. You guys know Video Vids, and a whole bunch of other people. So that's going to be exciting. And oh yeah, Ibn Waraq. We're going to see Ibn Waraq. Oh, Babak is here. Yeah, I'm going to see Babak very soon. I'm going to see Babak for the first time. I'm going to see Babak face to face in, I think, about 48 hours. So that's going to be exciting. Hi, Babak. I'll see Babak in Germany. And cool. I have a gift for Babak. So that's going to be exciting. All right. So we're confirming that on Twitch audio is great as well. Oh, yes. Harris Sultan. God damn it. Nuria, Harris, Sultan. You know what? I shouldn't mention people's names because I'm always going to forget somebody and it's going to be embarrassing. Hi, Secular Porton. We have a question from Secular Porton today. Guys, if you're a patron, I don't know, a lot of people are supporting us on Patreon and they don't take advantage of the perks, right? So you could post your questions before we go live. You could post your questions and I'll answer them. So thank you for supporting us. But, there's the perks. Take advantage of them, okay? So I mean, today is fine now. Yay, Babak is saying, woo, I'm so excited, Armin. Yeah, me too. All right, let me just get to the questions. Okay, first question. First patron question. Please give us a full breakdown on the details of John Bolton versus the IRGC. Right, so I'm really appreciative of these questions because these are things that I needed to actually review on this channel, and I don't get to. So thank you for making me do that. All right, let me just go over what just happened. So I guess a lot of you already know, right? Like, I hope the people who follow this channel are the type of people that would know something like this, right? So U.S. charges Iranian man over alleged plot to kill ex-Trump aide John Bolton. Shahram Poursafi, who U.S. says belongs to a Revolutionary Guards, offered money to a hitman to avenge Soleimani. Soleimani death. DOGLHs. Okay. So John Bolton was supposed to be assassinated, but I don't know if this article is going to go over this, but it was such a pathetic attempt. It was such a pathetic attempt at an assassination that it just opens the door to a whole bunch of conspiracy theories. And again, I'm not saying any of these conspiracies are true, but some people are looking at this like, why? Like, the first it was Masih Alinejad. No, I don't know which one was first. And then it was John Bolton, and then it was Salman Rushdie. All these assassination attempts, and all of them linked to Iran, right? And all of this happening around the nuclear talks, the JCPOA talks, and all of them being pathetic attempts, like the most amateur level assassination attempts, okay? And there's two theories, both crazy, but like, I don't know if they're not crazier than reality. One is that maybe Iran doesn't want to assassinate these, like John Bolton, but there are some people within Iran that want to make the JCPOA fail, and that's why they're making like half-measure attempts at American lives, including Masih Alinejad and John Bolton and other people, just so that maybe like they give ammunition to the Republicans to say like, why are we dealing with these Iranians? So we should stop. So maybe it's like the radicals from one side trying to give ammunition to the radicals on the other side. That's one conspiracy theory. Again, some people are saying this is the craziest conspiracy theory, and which I don't endorse at all. Which is this is the Americans doing this themselves just so that they could get out of the JCPOA deal. That's the most ludicrous suggestion, as if like they needed this, like saying like maybe the people on the American side who don't want the deal to go through are making attempts at lives of John Bolton or Masih Alinejad. Okay. Another explanation is that no, these people, there are certain elements within the Iranian regime that once these people are assassinated, they're just really bad at what they do. Which, I mean, that's also very unlikely, given that they have been good, they have been better previously, and it's not like hard to hire a good assassin. Like they have the money, like it's not that expensive. So maybe this is not the regime itself. Okay, this is the most likely. I'm gonna give you the most likely scenario. Okay. The attempts at like John Bolton's lives. Okay, my theory, okay, which I don't know how true this is. My theory is that it's not the regime, okay? It's people sympathetic to the regime taking it upon themselves to do something like this, right? So it's not like it doesn't have the stamp of approval of the higher ups, and that's why it doesn't have the money that you require from the higher ups. Like it's just like some lower rank person just like I want revenge for Qasem Soleimani. Like I don't know why my regime is not doing that, so I'm just going to pick up this myself. This is my theory. I don't know how good of a theory this is. I in the live chat is saying, Armin, but why John Bolton? It doesn't make sense. It makes absolute sense. The person that was giving money to this assassin was looking for revenge for Qasem Soleimani, right? I mean, John Bolton is the hawkiest of all hawks in U.S. foreign policy, right? So if anybody, I mean, if it could get to Trump, they would probably try for Trump. But like, if you want one of the best samples of somebody that would endorse an attack on Qasem Soleimani, you can't get better than John Bolton. So that makes sense. If you want revenge, that's the guy to go for, right? Hey, Qasem is here. Cool. But does that make sense? I think that my explanation makes. I think my theory. I think my theory is better than anyone else's theory, as usual, right? Satya is saying it could be a scare tactic to spread fear to keep the change and scare the shit out of him. I mean, no, because if you look at the way this assassination attempt was done, it doesn't scare you. It actually makes you laugh, and it actually provides a sense of security. It'll, be like, this was your attempt. Actually, maybe Qasim saying IRGC has launched missiles with Israel must be eliminated on it to stop a deal. Can't recent attempts be like that? Yes. Yeah, that's one of the theories for IRGC to have indirectly caused this, just so that the JCPOA deal, the nuclear deal, doesn't go through. That is that is one of the more likely scenarios, but I think my scenario is more likely, because this is pretty bold. Like if you could link IRGC directly to an attack like this, that would be too big of a cause for them, right? I think this might be just like somebody who is sympathetic to IRGC. I mean, the IRGC also is not one thing. Like there are so many different people that sometimes they're not working with the approval of other parts, right? So so I just think that this is not a command that is coming from the higher ups. Like it's so weak and pathetic if it is. Like, okay, so what I would say is that if this was approved by the highest levels of authority in Iran, then it shows how desperate and pathetic and weak the Iranian intelligence and operations are. I mean, not just based on international standards, but based on Iran's own standards. Like Iran used to be able to do assassinations in Europe, in other parts of the world. Like I mean, even when they failed, you would be like, okay, this was a sophisticated attack that we have stopped. Okay, this is child's play. This is embarrassing. Ian is adding an important commentary here, saying this is very important. He's saying, I want to trim John Bolton's mustache. Okay, thank you, Ian. Thank you for that input. All right, but let's read a little bit. Okay, the U.S. has charged an Iranian man. It says it's a member of the Islamic Revolutionary Corps, or IRGC, with attempting to hire a hitman for $300,000 to kill John Bolton, the former national security advisor in the Trump administration. Correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't John Bolton in the advisor when Qasem Soleimani was taken out, so that would make it even a better target if that was the case. I don't remember my timelines well, but did he have? Because I know he was let go. He was hired at some point as an advisor, and then he was let go. I don't remember if he was the advisor when Qasem Soleimani was taken out. By the way, I also learned, I think yesterday, that John Bolton was really upset about this. He said he was embarrassed because he thought $300,000 was way too low. Right? Wait here. Yeah, let me actually bring up this. Yeah. John Bolton says he's embarrassed. John Bolton says that he's embarrassed that an Iranian Revolutionary Guard member offered the low price of just $300,000 to assassinate him. He was basically saying that he's definitely worth more than $300,000, right? Also, let me actually show you something else as well. Yeah. Okay, so this is the FBI's website. This is the guy that did this, right? The guy that the guy is in Iran, so he's safe, but he's now on the FBI's most wanted list. Shahram Poursafi. So these are his pictures. This is the poster that FBI released. Wanted by the FBI. This is like whenever you get on the FBI's most wanted list. This is what this is the post. This is the I don't know what it's called. The file that they put out, the announcement. Yeah. So let me see. How much can you get for getting this guy? So he's most wanted. These are his pictures. He was on Clubhouse recently, by the way, crying about Qasem Soleimani. Like there's an audio of him in a room in Clubhouse, where some people who don't know is a social media app. And he started talking, and it was so fake. It was so obviously fake, in my opinion. Like he was like talking about Qasem Soleimani, and he takes a pause. Like I know, like I've seen how Iranian officials, like they have learned how to cry because of crying for Hussein. But the way they do it is they talk normally, and they know it's hard for them to act like naturally, to go from talking normally to the crying phase. So they take a pause. And when I heard the pause, like I remember like, oh, this is it. He's going to cry, isn't he? Right. And then he takes a little bit to collect himself, and then he starts crying. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know if it's fake or not, but it's just so fake. But where's the reward? How much do I get if I get this? Wait, there's no reward for getting Shahram Poursafi to the FBI? Okay, guys. Okay, I'm going to have to call off Atheist Republic's agents because I thought we were going to get something out of this. All right. Hold on. Let's read a little bit more. Qasem is saying, how much will CIA pay for some information about Poursafi? I want to tell them he is in Iran. Yeah, I think, yeah, he is in Iran. We know that already. Okay, let me see. The Department of Justice said Shahram Poursafi, also known as Mehdi Rezai, offered the money in November 2021 to an unidentified person in the U.S. to eliminate. But how is that person unidentified? Okay, I hope that person has been identified by the FBI. You know what? I think the person who this guy was talking to was the FBI themselves. Okay, because this was on WhatsApp. This conversation, I think, was happening on WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is double encoded, so there's no way even for the FBI to like track that. I think the way that they got to him, they got all this conversation out is because they got the phone from the other end, or maybe they were the person on the other end and he didn't know that he was communicating to the FBI, right? Yeah, I think that's what that's my guess. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. To eliminate Bolton, apparently to avenge the drone killing of the IRGC commander Qasem Soleimani in January 2020. Also, by the way, he said that he's going to pay him the $300,000 in cryptocurrencies. I want to know which cryptocurrencies. Okay, I want to know if he's going to use, because if this guy was going to use Bitcoin, okay, then I know like he was like an absolute idiot. Okay, because there's no easier way. Like I want to say if it was Monero or Bitcoin. We'll see. Let me see if it says anything about it. Poursafi is alleged to have said that after Bolton was killed, there would be another job for which the hitman would be paid $1 million. Okay, who would he pay $1 million for? The person offered the money because an FBI confidential informant and the person offered the money because an FBI confidential informant and continued to the person offered the money became an FBI oh yeah, I was right, guys, look at this, I was right. The person offered the money. Wait, hold on, let me reduce the audio here. The person offered the money. Oh yeah, became an FBI confidential informant. I knew this could have been the only case because there's no way to like track the information that is on WhatsApp, right? So the only way FBI got access to the messages is the other guy on the other end with the phone just went to the FBI. Obviously, you would do that. Like for $300,000, like what's the bigger reward here? $300,000 is not worth the risk to go after John Bolton in the United States. Like, who would do that major of a risk for only $300,000? This guy was like, I think there's a bigger reward for me here if I just go to the FBI. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, obviously, a job like this will cost a lot more. Unbelievable. And continue to exchange texts on the. I think maybe he must have done a deal with the FBI. Like, hey, I have this idiot texting me about taking out John Bolton. What do you guys have for me? And continue to exchange texts. The guy who got this message from the Iranian guy, right? From Poursafi, he must have like been like a kind of criminal or something, or else he wouldn't be approached like this. I don't know, but like the fact that he decided to work with the FBI is, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. And continue to exchange texts on an encrypted communication app with Poursafi, who is believed to have tried to orchestrate the plot from Tehran. Yeah, the guy is okay. According to U.S. authorities, Poursafi has never visited the U.S. Another reason why this was a pathetically weak attempt at taking out John Bolton is that there was no guarantee. Like, it wasn't like I pay you half now and half later. All right, and like you get all of it after the job is done. Like, why would an assassin carry out this plan? Like, what? You're in Iran, I'm in the U.S. What guarantee do I have that I'm going to get this money? The guy didn't even he even asked for like a couple of $100 just because of his small expenses, and he was like, no, you get all of it once the job is done. Like, why would he carry out such a plan? It's just so amateur. It's so pathetic. Okay, the Justice Department has the solemn duty to defend our citizens from hostile governments who seek to hurt or kill them. Assistant Attorney General Matthew Osland of the Department National Security Division said, unveiling the indictment. Yeah, okay. This is not the first time we have uncovered Iranian plots to exact revenge against individuals on U.S. soil, and we will work tirelessly to expose and disrupt every one of these efforts. Iran rejected the allegations late on Wednesday, with Foreign Ministry spokesman Nasser Kanani saying Iran strongly warns against any actions against Iranian citizens under the pretext of these ridiculous and baseless accusations. Oh, sure, you're acting like you're the victim. Bolton was no longer national security advisor. Oh, so he wasn't. He wasn't. Okay, I was thinking about this. Okay, I was wondering. Bolton was no longer national security advisor when the drone strike against Soleimani was carried out, as the Iranian general was visiting Baghdad on January 3rd, 2020. But he is a longtime advocate of military action against Iran and a staunch opponent of the 2015 multilateral nuclear deal with Tehran. Secret Service cars have been reported to have been parked across the road from Bolton's house in the Washington area, at least since early 2022. In a statement, Bolton thanked the Justice Department and the FBI for discovering. Wait, he thanked the FBI? Was this after or before the FBI raided Donald Trump's house? For discovering and tracking the plot, and the Secret Service for providing protection. His office at his think tank, Foundation for American Security and Freedom, confirmed Bolton was not provided with protection by the Trump administration after he was ousted as national security. Ouch! Wow! Wow! Really? Okay. After he was ousted as national security advisor in September 2019, but that protection was provided by Biden's administration. Oh no! This is what you get from being buddies with Trump. He betrays all his friends. Bolton got more protection from Biden than he ever got from Trump. Amazing. I love this. Oh no. Why you do your friends like this, Trump? Every goddamn time. Every person that has sacrificed anything for Trump live to regret it. Okay, like you can be guaranteed that you're gonna regret being on on Trump's side. Yeah. God damn it. Wait, what do you think about Gus saying Trump 1, Biden 0? Like, no, Biden is like Biden is like being like apolitical. Like, yeah, these are American citizens and we need to protect them. It's not, but Trump is like such a baby. Like, oh, you said something I don't like, so I'm not gonna provide protection for you. It's like such a baby. Such a baby. All right. While much cannot be said publicly right now, one point is indisputable. Iran's rulers are liars, terrorists, and enemies of the United States. True. Bolton said, by the way, when I say true, this is not an endorsement of Bolton. Bolton is like a war criminal. Okay, so I don't like this guy. Bolton said, arguing it showed that the U.S. should not enter into a new nuclear agreement with Tehran currently being negotiated. Well, I mean, if these attacks are an attempt for the deal not to go through, then Mr. Bolton, you're being played right now. Okay. Maybe the attempt was not at your life. Maybe the attempt was at the deal, and you're playing into the hands of certain officials within the Iranian regime. According to an affidavit by the FBI Special Agent Randy Beck, accompanying the charge, Poursafi first contacted a U.S. Resident identified as Individual A through social media over the course of 2021. Who do these people think they are? They don't even have to provide any money. They're like, hey, let's see if I could just take out ex-American officials, but just promising random people in the United States that, yeah, we're going to give you Bitcoin if you take this guy out. Like, let's try and see if that works out. Like, maybe, like, we won't know. We can't tell unless you try. Right? It's a long shot, but why not? It doesn't cost us anything. And then in October, by the way, I'm not encouraging any of this. This is bad. These people should get arrested and all of that stuff. Okay. YouTube, I'm not endorsing any of this. Okay. And then in October of that year, asked the person to take photographs of Bolton saying they would be for a book. Poursafi was. What? Wait, what? I can't. Wait, what did I just read? Okay. So he contacted a person within the United States through social media Okay. President identify a true social media over the. Okay, never mind. Okay. I thought he asked the person that he was asking. I thought they contacted somebody in the United States and like, hey, can you assassinate him? But also take some pictures of him because I'm writing a book. Okay, but no, that's not what happened. This individual A was only contacted for taking photographs of Bolton, but he was not made aware that maybe I'm doing this because I'm trying to assassinate him with another guy. Okay, he was like, this was like just a cover. Like, oh yeah, I'm just a writer. I need his picture. Okay, because that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing if it was like, hey, take this guy out. But also, I'm writing a book. Can you take some pictures? Oh no. Yeah, okay, that's not what happened. But that would have been amazing. Individual A introduced Persephone to a second person who they said was willing to take photographs and videos for a fee. The second person, who became a confidential source for the FBI, is not identified but appeared to live in Texas. The affidavit claims that Persephone asked if the person had family in Iran, but the response was that they did not. Oh my God! Hey, do you happen to have anybody that you love in here in Iran, so we could go, so that we could go use them against you? Just wondering, just like we could just like pressure, like like I know you're like asking for a fee, but we want to save some money. So do you have any loved ones here? Oh no. Like what is this? Oh my God, this is so pathetic. Amateurs. Okay, the affidavit claims Persephone contacted the source in early November using an encrypted messaging app and asked them to find someone who could eliminate a target for $200,000, offering an additional $50,000. What are these low budget assassination offers? Like, what is this? Like, oh, okay, honestly, this cannot be. I mean, if this is the regime, they have. I mean, I know they'll be struggling. Okay, I know the Iranian regime is struggling, and they like sanctions and not being able to sell oil is tough. But this is not like government money. Okay, this is like an ambitious individual trying to fake that they have money. Okay, this is not what you offer for taking out John Bolton. This cannot be the. If this is the regime, they have made every effort. In fact, if this is the regime, I would say they are being very professional, okay? Because they're making it seem like this is amateur hour. Like this is some amateur that is not, like maybe it is the regime and they're making it look so pathetic on purpose just so that there's no way that anybody could think that this is the regime. Because maybe they don't want the assassination to happen, and also make it look like this is not a government job by offering such low numbers. I don't know. Like I'm just spitballing here. I don't know what is happening. Okay. Offering an additional 50,000 to the source as a finder's fee. The source later told Persephone they had found someone to do the job, supposedly a Mexican national with links to a drug cartel. Well, of course. But they wanted more money. After consulting with unnamed superiors or associates, Persephone is alleged to have agreed to pay a total of $300,000. Oh my God! Isn't that what the drug cartels make in a day? Like I don't know, 300,000. Okay, I don't know. I think like this is not that. I mean, the drug cartels, they make more money with less risk than taking out a high ranking ex-official of the United States. Like this is not okay. I'm not going to repeat myself. The first assassination method he is said to have. Ooh, we actually didn't know the details of the methods. Let's see what we have. The first assassination method he is said to have suggested is by car. Nothing that Bolton often would noting that Bolton often took walks in the park. Really, John Bolton, somebody that is responsible for pushing for so many wars and deaths around the Middle East and elsewhere, right? Just takes random ass walks in the park with no security. You know what, guys? I feel pretty safe. If John Bolton just takes walks in the park with no security, okay, then I have no reason to be afraid of any attempts at my life, okay? That guy is way ahead of me. Persephone is allegedly said his group would be able to provide protection for their source and the would-be assassins after the job was done. The source asked for money up front, but Persephone said that his group would be angry with him if they paid money and the killing was not carried out. Wow. So what is the assassin supposed to do? Just like trust you? He claimed his group had long experience of assassination and promised that they had years of work to do together. Or like, oh, why? I've heard this in like projects before. Like they're like, oh yeah, sure, like do this, just trust us. And if you do this, we will have such a good long-term career with each other in assassinations. Why would he trust you with the source and the supposed assassin? The affidavit said that by this time the FBI had hacked Persephone's online accounts, and so was able to monitor the dialogue from both ends and also monitor Persephone carrying out internet searches on Bolton. Wow, yes, professional assassins. Just Googling, where can I find Bolton? Question mark. Enter. At one point in their dialogue, the FBI source is claimed to have asked Persephone what his experience was with killing and this type of work. Okay, if you hear this from your assassin that you're trying to highlight, you're like, okay, you're the FBI, aren't you? Like, you must know that by now. Persephone responded that it was like crossing the street. It was better not to spend too much time looking in one direction, but just to do it. Beck said in his affidavit. What? Is he teaching the assassin how to assassinate? In many of the reported exchanges between the source and Persephone, the source asked for reimbursement for expenses in tracking Bolton. Persephone allegedly said he had argued the source's case, but no one could get prepayment due to a recently failed operation. The failed operation was not identified. The guy was asking for like $200 or $200, and he was like, nothing. I will give you nothing until the job is done. Okay, like, are you serious? Like, this guy, I think this guy didn't even have a single dollar to send this man. This guy's, again, I'll still go back to the most likely scenario. This was not the regime. This was Persephone. Was like, what if I could just like assassinate U.S. officials just by what's like trolling somebody? Like, what if that was possible? And then he tried it. I mean, what's the risk? Yeah. Okay. Satya is saying, Armin, you are safe. Tariq Fatah is safe even after his address in public. Satya, has Tariq Fatah burned the Quran and spit on the Quran and walked with the sign Allah is gay in a pride parade? Because then what you're saying would be relevant to my case. Okay, so I also burned. Yeah, okay. Idris is saying, Alexa, what are the top 10 places to bury a body? Exactly. That's basically what he was doing. Like, oh my God. This is so funny. Okay, cool. Wait, it's almost done actually. In place of payment, in place of payment in December 2021, Persephone sent pictures of 2 plastic bags containing bundles of dollars with the source name and the date written on a label in front of them. Oh my God. He's like, look, there's a bag of money with your name on it. That means we're going to pay. Like, look, it has, you can't, of course he must trust us. It even has your name on it. I mean, it's already like it's almost as if I've already sent it to you. It's almost as if it's already in your hand. Can you not see the label? Trust the label. It's your name. I mean, like this is like like we all know it's the law, it's the rule, it's the fabric within the fabric of the universe. Once you put your name on something, it's just officially yours. So the assassin had no reason not to trust this man anymore. Okay. The exchanges continued until 28th of April this year, with Poursefi's impatience increasing. On that date, the source is claimed to have finally persuaded Poursefi to send $100 in 2 payments to the source's electronic wallet. $100. This is what the assassin with ties to the Mexican drug cartel was for months negotiating with an IRGC member that you have to reimburse me for my costs. Okay? And he managed to get $100 out of him in 2 payments. So he couldn't even send $100 in one payment. It was like 2 payments of $50. Oh God, this is too good. Like, like, dude, I have spent $200 so far on this. I need my money back before I take out John Bolton. You have to give me my $200 in expenses back before I assassinate a top ex-official of the United States of America. Okay, where's my $100? Oh God, this is too good. This is ridiculous. Okay, but you guys know what's happening here, right? The reason why the other guy is asking for $100, even though it's pathetically low, is because you could track where the money's like. It makes sense for why the FBI like just get like anything from him, because I know they need to see like once there's once the money is being sent, then there's like a trail that you could follow to see how they what methods they use to send money. Okay, so from the FBI side, it makes a lot of sense for them to push this guy to ask for any amount of money. Okay, but the story makes no sense for the drug cartel to be like, oh, yeah, you need to give me, like, if this guy was an actual assassin that was serious about taking this job, like Persephone must like be like, why are they so concerned about $100, like not even $200, right? And also from the other end, like if this was a serious assassination attempt, why would any assassin trust you when he can't even send them $100? This was the negotiation. This was the talk over taking out like one of the most important assassinations in U.S. history. Was over $100. God damn it, these people. I thought Masih Alina's assassination attempt was pathetic. This guy was like, hold my beer. Okay, a picture of a bearded man wearing IRGC camouflage. What? Fatigues? Oh, said to be. Poursefi is shown in the FBI affidavit. Yeah, I already. Oh, it's called. Oh, that was the affidavit. Okay, I already showed that to you guys. Okay, I didn't know that's what it was called. Anyways, this is so much fun. They should make a movie out of this. They should make a comedy. They should make a comedy out of this. Oh yeah, Edris is saying yes, yes. Best insert Pawn Stars meme. Best I could do is $100. Yeah, they should have. Oh my god! Wait, I hope somebody. Oh my god! I hope somebody already has like a version of this with $100. Do they have it? No, they don't. Best I can do. Yeah. Yeah, this one. This meme. Yeah, somebody make that meme. Okay. Yeah, so you're saying a sack of rice costs more than $100. Yeah, does it? I don't know. I never bought a sack of rice. Okay, let's go to this. Was such a. I didn't think the first question would be this entertaining. Okay, here's another question. Wait, before I answer this question, I need to use the washroom. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. Okay, so next question. That was fast, wasn't it? All right, next question. Why does the Iranian regime hate Baha'i so much? There's the obvious religious angle, but there has to be something more to it for them to be so explicitly and systematically targeted, right? Is there a socioeconomic political factor that contributes to this or something? Okay. So this is actually a very good question, and I'm actually surprised that I never thought about it like this. It's a very good question. The reason why it's a very good question is because a lot of people just assume that something, especially a lot of people on our side, when they see radicals doing radical things, right? Religiously radical things, they think like it's just religion, right? This is what religion does, right? But it's often more complicated than that. It's often it often serves a purpose, like a political purpose or a survival purpose or some other purpose, right? I mean, don't get this wrong. It's definitely religion plays an important angle, but it wouldn't, things that are just radical actions that are have only a purely religious reason and don't serve any other purpose don't last very long, or at least the people who do it don't last very long because it doesn't have any utility for the people who are doing it, right? So it's often something behind it, and I have to say I actually don't know what is behind this other than religious motivation, right? But before we actually investigate what is the political utility behind this, let's actually see what is happening, right? Because recently the Baha'is have had it tough in Iran, really bad, okay? But recently things have been escalating. Okay, let's share the screen. Let's remove this. Okay, why is this? Okay, 125 Baha'is in Iran now affected in the last 10 days of crackdown. Okay, so as bad as the situation with Baha'is in Iran, recently, and this was posted on August 10th, okay, recently there has been an escalation of attacks on Baha'is in Iran, and I don't know why, okay, but let's read this and figure out what the hell is going on. The Baha'i International Community, or BIC, said today that now 125 Baha'is have in the past 10 days been either imprisoned, arrested, experienced raids on their houses or businesses, and and confiscation of belongings, the destruction of homes, and seizures of land, or been denied entry to university. Yeah, but like this, by the way, this is the old thing. Like you you pass the university entrance exam in Iran, which is called the concours, right? And then you go check your results, and the websites just said like access denied or something similar, and the explanation is like, oh, you're Baha'i. By the way, for people who don't know, Baha'i is like a religion, right? It's a offshoot of Shia Islam, but Iranian officials are extremely sensitive about it, and this is how they treat the Baha'is in Iran. Okay. And also, okay, so the Baha'is are considered by many religious people or pro-regime people um, to be agents of Zionists, especially because their main temple is in Israel, right? So that's why they get a lot of crap. The BIC also published fresh images showing evidence of home raids and searches. So you can see this was a door smashed in. Okay. Last week on August 2nd, up to 200 Iranian security agents raided the village of Roshanku. Oh, I saw videos of this. There was this poor lady in this village, and they were, oh my god, I wish I had the video of this showing. I don't know where to find this video, but there was these old poor ladies in this village. Their houses were being destroyed and stuff, and they were crying and didn't know what's happening and why this is happening to them. And one person was just sitting and with their heads, like with their head in their hands, and just like not knowing how to react to what's happening. And there was like a really cute little old lady, and she was like, they told me to go back to Israel. And I was like, where's Israel? Like, what is an Israel? Like that was so, like, I don't know what you're talking about. So sad. Oh my god, programming. Okay. Qasim is saying a branch of Islam, they believe in Baha'u'llah. That's why they are called Baha'is. Yeah, okay, but Qasim, do you know why they're attacked like this? Because is it just purely religion? Is it really just purely religion? Does it have no utility? Okay. So wait. Oh, this was in the Mazandaran province, and seized up to 20 hectares of property. Wow. 6 homes owned by Baha'is were destroyed. Their houses were destroyed. You know, guys, you don't understand. They sent Iranian security agents, and there was no court, no, due process, no hearings, no crimes, no charges, nothing. Okay? And the punishment was not like, oh, you did this, so you're arrested. These are your charges. You have the right to remain silent. Like, no, we're going to destroy your home. Like the government officials came in as a punishment for I don't know what, just destroyed people's homes for the crime of being Baha'i. Like, I don't like, oh my god. Okay, like, okay, I don't know what I did, but I used to have a home, and now I don't, and I have been like not told what my charges are. Like, I have what is, and nobody told me what my crime is. It's unbelievable. Somebody saying in the live chat, okay, Druknar is saying, why isn't their perceived Israel connection not a good reason? That seems reasonable. I mean, because the government officials, they're not as dumb as some people think. I mean, they are dumb people within the officials, okay? But they're not this dumb. I don't know. I think, like, because they don't have any connections, okay? These are village people. They're like, they grow rice, okay, in Mazandaran. Okay, that's what they do. They have sheep, okay? They're not spies of Israel. Okay, this was a tiny little village. Okay, they didn't even have internet. Like, this is not a headquarters of like a spy agency. Okay, so they don't have connections to Israel, and I'm pretty sure they know it. Like, I mean, if they don't, the Iranian regime is like better at intelligence as than a lot of people make it seem. Okay, I think this must serve a different purpose. Like, maybe it's like signaling to pro-regime people, to the religious people, that the government is still, don't worry, the government is still as radical as you guys like. Like, we're not. This is maybe the purpose is to show to the Iranian religious people, the radical ones, okay, that the God of Iran's 1980s is still alive. Okay, maybe this is a signal, and this is in reference to Khamenei signaling to the people in Iran that they're going to turn back the clock, and they're going to go back to how they used to behave in the 80s. Okay, this might be a warning to people. I mean, it might be a warning shot to people about the capabilities. Like, this also might be a game of chicken, or some where you could win the game of chicken with some perceived instability, or irrationality, or ability to commit to harm without any due process. Maybe this is like a signal to the regime's enemies within Iran. Like we still have fangs. Like we still have claws, and it could come, and we can come for you. It might be a scare tactic. So this is one theory, right? Somebody saying, what do anti-regime people think of the Baha'i religion? It is technically somewhat inspired by Islam, so do anti-regime people dislike Baha'is also? No, actually, a lot of anti-regime people really support Baha'is because the Baha'is have been harmed a lot by the regime. So any group of people who have been harmed by the regime, it usually gets the sympathy of the people who are anti the regime. Ian, if you want to go learn about Baha'is, I'm not going to go through the beliefs of Baha'is here today, but if you're going to want to, you could go look up their beliefs. Maybe I could do an if you want me to do it, like ask me about the Baha'i beliefs as a Patreon, because I'm going to dedicate more about the political angle of this right now. It is saying, do you think they want to spur up mob violence to distract from the current situation? I mean, you can't distract from the current situation. The current situation will not be, people will not be distracted by mere acts stuff like this, and they know this. I think I'm going to stick with my theory of this is for now that this is a warning shot. This is like signaling that the god of the 80s of Iran is still alive. Okay, and this is the line that Khamenei used, because I don't know if you know, in the 80s in Iran, things used to be a lot more. The oppression was a lot stronger. People were getting, taken out left and right, and there was mass executions, right? And when Khamenei said that was a warning, and this might be in line with that warning. So maybe that's what's happening. Okay. Iranian officials have the village has been home to a large number of Baha'is for over 100 years. Iranian officials have in the past tried to claim that the Baha'is did not have rights to the land, but a post by the Archives of Baha'is Persecution Twitter account shows that other residents of Roshankou have confirmed the legitimate land rights of the Baha'is. Okay, so the official statement by the Iranian regime seems to be like, oh, we're just destroying your lands because you don't own these lands. Okay, but obviously this is not, you can't buy that this is over just a land dispute, because this attacks on people's houses happened at the same time that there was an uptick over attacks on Baha'is in many different areas, not just this. You know what I mean? So it just seemed like a targeted attacks on Baha'is over just a couple of days. Okay, so this is the document that shows that the inhabitants of Roshankou and surrounding villages testify that the Baha'is have been farming there for generations, over 100 years. The lands were expropriated by the Natural Resources Department of Surrey on the 24th of October 2020 without knowledge of the owners. Okay, and apparently this is their documents. A second post showed that contrary to the government's claims, those lands owned by Baha'is have not infringed on protected or state-owned properties. Okay, these shows like, okay. All right, so I don't want to get into those details, but I want to get into some other detail. Let me actually look at this, because we still don't have an answer for the question that was asked, right? Oh my God, do we want to go through this? Let's look at this for a second. Persecution of Baha'is. Persecution of Baha'is occurs in various countries, especially in Iran, where the Baha'i faith originated and where one of the largest Baha'is populations in the world is located. The origin of the persecution stem from a variety of Baha'is' teachings, which are inconsistent with the traditional Islamic beliefs, including the finality of Muhammad's prophethood and the placement of Baha'is outside the Islamic religion. Thus, Baha'is are seen as apostates from Islam. Yeah, okay, so this is worse than, so this is why Baha'is are seen as way below other people that are not just Muslims, okay? Because they're not just not Muslim, they are people who have left Islam. So that makes them a lot more religiously, you have a lot more reason to be hostile towards them, right? Also, it's a kind of a challenge to Islam. So it's not just like, that's why it's also considered to be very dangerous. Baha'i spokespeople. Oh yeah, here's another theory. Baha'ism is seen as a religious sect, which, if left unchecked, could be used as an opposition force against the regime. The regime sees all forms of sects within Iran to be potential threats towards its authority. Okay, so that's another reason why they go after Baha'is, especially one that has so much, that still accepts the Quran, still accepts the Imams. So this could be a bigger challenge to its religious authorities compared to other sects. And that's another reason why they're so afraid of it. Baha'i spokespeople, as well as United Nations, Amnesty International, the European Union, and the United States, and peer-reviewed academic literature have stated that the members of the Baha'i community in Iran have been subjected to unwarranted arrest, false imprisonment, beating, torture, unjustified executions, confiscation and destruction of property owned by Baha'i individuals and the Baha'i community, denial of employment, denial of government benefits, denial of civil rights and liberties, and denial of access to higher education. Baha'is have also been significantly persecuted in Egypt. Really? I didn't know about this. Okay, so I think that's good enough for Baha'is today. Okay. All right. I think we did a good job in addressing this. I think I came up with some good theories. These are theories I just come up with on the spot, but I think they're pretty reasonable. Okay. Okay, next question. I know you did this a bit with Harry Sultan already, but I would really love to see more pro-regime reactions to the stabbing of Rushdie. Yeah, guys, I did a stream with Harry Sultan, which was really good. So make sure you check that out. I did that on both Harry Sultan's channel and on Atheist Republic about the stabbing of Salman Rushdie. But I have more updated information about reactions now. Okay, so let's look at some of them. Okay, look at this. So these are some Iranian newspapers and media covering the stabbing of Salman Rushdie. Let's see how Iranian media covered the stabbing of Salman Rushdie. Okay, so this is BBC Persian, and it says استقبال روزنامه‌های ایران که ایران جمع و جوان از حمله به سلمان رشدی. So this is like they welcomed it, right? So these are the Iranian newspapers are welcoming the attack on Salman Rushdie. Okay. says در ادامه واکنش‌ها به حمله‌ای که با چاقو به سلمان رشدی نویسنده برچسب. Okay, so I just want to see the newspaper. Okay, روزنامه. Okay, I want to see Kayhan. So the Kayhan newspaper says Salman Rushdie گرفتار انتقام الهی ترامپ و پامپئو در نوبت بعد. Wow. Okay, so this is Kayhan. This is one of Iran's most famous pro hardliner newspapers. Okay, so the title says Salman Rushdie um, has become is meeting God's revenge, or divine revenge has been hit by divine revenge. Okay, so they basically calling this stabbing of Salman Rushdie an act of God. All right. And then it continues and says Trump and Pompeo are next. This is a pro regime official, like this is like a media outlet that is reflective of the regime. Oh, by the way, so for people, I need to clarify this, okay? So the regime knows that it can't officially come right now and endorse this attack, okay? So they don't. So this is what the regime, but the regime also knows that if it doesn't welcome this attack, a lot of religious people in Iran would be like, "What the hell? Like, grow a pair. Like, why are you not saying? Why are you not celebrating this?" Right? So they're kind of like stuck about what to do. Okay, so their official statement was, instead of saying like, "Oh, this was good" or "This was bad," they're saying that this is the only person that is responsible for this attack is Salman Rushdie. Okay, so I think that was a clever line in between to not have a statement that officially says like, "Oh yeah, this was good," like, and go keep doing this, because that would be like outrageous, especially in the middle of the JCPOA talks, right? But they also didn't say that was a bad thing. They kind of like indirectly endorsed it, right? But another thing they do is that instead of having like the foreign secretary or like the foreign ministry come out and celebrate this, like that's what the statement from the spokesperson was, they let the media, like the newspaper that people understand is an unofficial spokesperson for the regime, they let them pick up what they can say. So people go read Kayhan newspaper to understand what the stance of the regime is, the things that they might not publicly say, right? Um, yeah. So this is one newspaper. Another newspaper says Tir Ghaib, which means the hidden shot. I think it's talking about like, okay, روزنامه جوان وابسته به سپاه. So this is another newspaper. Wait, let me see what روزنامه کیهان که مدیر مسئول از سوره رهبر جمهوری اسلامی مسئول میشه. Okay, so this newspaper, the manager for this newspaper is specifically chosen by the supreme leader. So you know how official this newspaper is when it comes to representing not just the regime but the hardliners or the supreme leader himself, right? So you know their views would align, right? This other newspaper, which is newspaper Javan, this one is connected to the IRGC. مثل مطلبی با عنوان تیر غیب در صفحه اول خود به بررسی سناریوهای مختلف در حمله به سلمان رشدی پرداخته و در بخش نوشته سوی ساده و خوشبینانه آن این است که یک جوان مسلمان که 3 دهه پیش در زمان نوشتن کتابش میگه. Yeah, so they're endorsing it. This newspaper endorsing it. But this is the most interesting one. This is the newspaper. Look at this. Look at the art on this one. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the newspaper Jamajan. And let me see the association of this newspaper. Jamajan Ruzname Organa Seda Sigma. So this newspaper is connected to Seda Sima, which is the national TV and radio of the country. Okay, so this newspaper is connected to that, right? And they have Salman Rushdie with devil horns. Okay, so this apparently they published this when they realized that he's not dying. And the title of this art says Cheshme Shaitan Kur Shod, which means the eye of Satan has been blinded. This is like they're not this newspaper has no chill. Like they're not holding back. God damn it. Guys, these are official government government government-linked newspapers in Iran. Okay, this is what they put out. Oh yeah, okay. So Qassem is saying what I was trying to say better. This newspaper belongs to national TV in Iran, and basically the TV, national TV in Iran, which is Sada Sima, is like is completely government owned and within the controls of the supreme leadership, right? So, but this is pretty out there. Look at this. Cheshme Shaitan Kurshat. The devil has been blinded. God damn it. Oh, which makes him the Dajjal now, by the way. By the way, in Iran, you don't hear much about Dajjal. You know, I heard more about the Dajjal as an ex-Muslim than a Muslim. I think Dajjal is more of a Sunni thing than a Shia thing. Unbelievable. Okay. There are some tweets also that I could show about some reactions if you guys want to see. Let me see if I have some tweet in reactions to the take it. Let's just also watch some tweets and then we could go to the next. Let's see. Let's look at some tweets in reaction to the stabbing of Salman Rushdie. Okay. This tweet by Blue Jack is saying حمله به سلمان رشدی بازم ثابت کرد که هر مسلمان میتونه عین یه بمب ساعتی باشه که هر لحظه ممکنه منفجر بشه، فقط کافیه کمی معتقد باشه. گیرم که مثل خود محمد همه مخالف. Okay, this guy, okay, this lady or dude is kind of a radical, but on our side. Okay, so we have our own radicals as well. So look at this. Like, I don't approve of this. This is like an anti-Iranian. I think this is like an anti-Islam Iranians, which I do not endorse this message. Okay, so she is saying the attack on Salman Rushdie, okay, proves that any Muslim can be a ticking time bomb, and that could explode at any seconds. Again, not my words. It's just I'm just reading a tweet which I do not endorse and I do not accept. YouTube, this is not my words, okay? So, and she says he only needs to be a little bit faithful. So any Muslim that is just a little bit faithful is good enough for them to be a tikkun time bomb. So that's like this person's message. Yeah, somebody in the live chat is saying, sheesh. Yeah. Oh yeah, Ayan is saying, Armin, I am Sunni. Even I heard about Dajjal from you. Really? You didn't know about Dajjal? Wow. Qasim is saying so many accounts on Twitter have expressed their happiness over this crime. Okay, yeah, I saw. Idris is saying, imagine the day when one claims to be a messiah, the other side will say he's Dajjal and try to kill him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if Imam Mehdi actually comes back, people are going to think he's the Dajjal or the Antichrist. Yeah. So let's see this guy. This guy saying قابل توجه مسیح علی نژاد و دوستانش دیر و زود داره اما سوخت و سوز نه. What? Okay, so this guy is saying that pay attention, Masih Ali Najad and her friends. This is going to be you sooner or later. This is going to happen to you. Okay. This person, Mercedes Javan, is saying هرچند ترور سلمان رشدی خبری مسرت بخش است اما به اعتقاد برخی تحلیلگران میتواند دسیسه حساب شده توسط انگلیس و آمریکا برای تشدید فشار در خصوص برجام تخریب چهره ایران است. So she's saying, this Chadori woman is saying, even though the assassination, the terror of Salman Rushdie is even though it's happy news, some analysts are saying that maybe this could be an act by the UK and America, just so that they could increase pressure on Iran and to destroy Iran's image. So she's saying, like, this is good news, like, but we have to be careful. What about this guy saying? Okay, I don't. This is like. Okay, this is like more ridiculous stuff. I think it's enough tweets for today. Yeah. Oh yeah, this guy is highlighting the tweet by Khamenei. Um, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, where he confirmed that Khomeini's fatwa should stand. Yeah, but okay, there's a lot more tweets here. I could go over all of these. I don't know if you guys want me to. I think I should go to the next question. But let me know if you want me to read more of these tweets. Um, Idris is saying, make a remake of 1984, but the three countries at war are Christians, Sunnis, and Shias, each led by a Messiah calling the other Dajjal or Antichrist, always shifting alliances with one another. Hey, that's a good idea for a movie. I like it. Let me read one more tweet. This guy is saying, یه صلوات برای شهید مصطفی محمود مازه بفرستیم کسی که اولین بار اقدام به زدن سلمان رشدی معلوم کرد. Okay, so this apparently was the first guy who tried to take out Salman Rushdie, and apparently he died trying to do that. And he's like saying, let's do a salawat or like a blessing to Prophet, kind of like saying, let's do a hooray for this person. Like, just remember this good man who was the first guy who tried to take Salman Rushdie and died because of it, become a murderer because of it. And this guy is saying that هر صورت سلمان رشدی هر صورت صدای کار خود را خواهد دید که موهن به دین بود. امثال پامپئو و جان بولتون و ترامپ و نوچه هاشون مثل مسیح النجات و سام رجبی و بقیهشون که دشمنان رو هستن جای خود دارن. Like, so this guy is saying Salman Rushdie, either way, Salman Rushdie will one day pay for his crime. So will people like Pompeo, John Bolton, and Trump, and people like Masih Ali-Najad. And yeah, they highlighted the tweet from Khamenei. This was the tweet. This was a famous tweet, and I don't know why Twitter didn't take out Khamenei's account because of it. Because the tweet by Khamenei, which was posted about 2 years ago, says, Oh no, wait, this is not. This is a different tweet. Oh no, so this is not the tweet I thought. There was one tweet that Khamenei confirmed that Khomeini's fatwa against Qasem Soleimani stands, and he approves of it. So he never removed it, right? But this tweet is saying that the murderer of Qasem Soleimani, we should take revenge for the murder of Qasem Soleimani. So this guy is saying that is relating. So that's relating the taking out of Salman Rushdie to eventually taking out Trump and John Bolton and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So this lady is confirming دیگه در خانه خود هم آرامش نخواهید داشت. سردار قائنی، ترامپ و پامپئو باید یاد بگیرن مانند سلمان رشدی زنی کنن. بعید نیست از دور درون خانه های خودتون رقم بگیرن. Okay, so this lady is posting this video by this IRGC commander who said that who was quoted earlier saying that you guys will never be, you guys always have to look over your shoulder, you will never have rest, you will never have peace, even in your own homes, right? So this video was posted like, I don't know, a while back, and she's saying like, look, this promise is coming true. Like all of you, Trump, Pompeo, John Bolton, you all have to learn how to live like Salman Rushdie. And by that she means like live in fear. Like even you wouldn't even have peace in your own homes, knowing that people are after you. So she's promising them a fearful life for the rest of their lives. That's what she's promising them. Anyways, these people have no chill. Oh, okay. So here's another thing. Let me actually read your comments before I go there. Oh yes, that was Sadr Ghani. Oh yes, actually I should have highlighted this for you guys. Yes, thank you for reminding me. So Sheikh is saying, by the way, J.K. Rowling has also started getting threats. Yes, I should have read this to you guys. Why did I forget? Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is important. I'll bring it up right now. If it loads, there we go. Go away. Okay. Police probe threat against J.K. Rowling after she tweets support for Salman Rushdie. Okay. So what happened? This was a tweet. Look at this. So J.K. Rowling tweeted. By the way, guys, do you guys hear my dog? I hope not. Okay. J.K. Rowling tweeted, "Feeling very sick right now. Let him be okay." So J.K. Rowling was like sad for Salman Rushdie and what happened to him. And this Muslim guy responds to her saying, "Don't worry, you are next." Okay. And then what happened is that she tagged Twitter support and saying, "Any chance for some support?" Like she highlighted this guy's tweet saying that this man is like threatening me. Okay. And there was a response. Where's the response by Twitter? Okay. There was a response by Twitter saying like, "We don't see anything wrong," if I remember correctly. And she was like, "What the hell? This guy is threatening me. How come Twitter is not supporting me?" Okay. But let's read what happened. Police in Scotland on Sunday said they were investigating reports of an online threat against author J.K. Rowling after she tweeted in support of Salman Rushdie. Okay, this guy is an idiot. So he's in Scotland and he tweets like this? I thought like he's in Pakistan or somewhere, so nothing could happen to him. But he's living in Scotland and he's tweeting like people are going to come for you. The chilling threat against the Harry Potter creator came after she posted, "Feeling very sick right now, let him be okay," on Friday in reference to Rushdie being stabbed while he was giving a lecture in upstate New York. "Don't worry, you are next," a Twitter user replied to Rowling's post. A spokesperson for Scotland's police said, "We have received a report of an online threat being made and officers are carrying out inquiries." Rowling, wait, so where is this guy? Rowling on Saturday also confirmed cops were involved after she shared screenshots of the threatening tweet and another by the same user praising the man who allegedly attacked Rushdie. Wait, okay, so where is this guy? Like, the police is getting involved? Like, is this guy there? Like, there's nothing you can do about him. Oh my God, look at him. The account using the name Mir Asif Aziz called stabbing suspect Hadi Matar a revolutionary Shia fighter who followed the fatwa of the late Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini in reference to an order from the late Iranian leader targeting the Satanic Verses author. Rowling 57. 57? Okay, she looks good. Also shared a screenshot showing she had reported the user to Twitter but was told no action would be taken. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Twitter said no action would be taken because there were no violation of the Twitter rules in the content you reported. Guys, we have been removed. Atheist Republic, Susanna, and my personal account have been removed from Twitter indefinitely for good, forever, because we posted pictures, sexy pictures, of not a person, but a goddess. Okay? This guy is threatening the world's most famous author with assassination, and Twitter confirms that this does not violate any of our community standards. I don't understand. Twitter officially said there were no violations of the Twitter rules in the content you reported. What are you talking about? Oh, you guys hear my dog? I'm sorry. She misses us. Sorry about the dog sounds. She needs to get used to not being with me all the time. Yeah, that's crazy. So I think she responded, "These are your guidelines, right? Violence." Oh, so she said like, "These are your guidelines." Violence. You may not threaten violence against an individual or a group of people. We also prohibit the glorification of violence, she wrote in a rebuke of the social media site. Unbelievable. The account appeared to be suspended as of Sunday afternoon. Okay, finally, that's good. And the film company behind the Harry Potter movies, Warner Brothers Discovery, strongly condemned the threats against Rowling. We stand with her and all the authors. Okay, so yeah, the rest is not part of the news. Cool. But thank you for reminding me because I wanted to see what happened here. I think there we go. All right, so that was that question. I'm gonna post a link to the community tab for if anybody wants to come up. But if nobody wants to come up, it's fine today because I really need to go packing for Germany. So don't mind. But just in case anybody wants to come up. All right, let me just go to the community tab and say come up and post the link and make it available to members only. Post it. All right. And with that, I'll do the last question. Last question from Secular Protein is saying, do you track what you eat? How many grams of protein per day do you target roughly? Okay, so I do track what I eat, but not as aggressively as I used to. Okay. Protein is one of the few things that I try to track because, that's important to get above a certain level. I I I think because I used to track, I have gotten good at just being able to tell if I'm getting enough of everything, right? So now I can kind of understand that I'm hitting all the without actually completely like measuring everything, weighing everything. I kind of know like I'm getting enough fiber, I'm getting enough water, I'm getting enough zinc, I'm getting enough magnesium, I'm getting enough iron, I'm getting enough calcium, I'm getting enough protein is very important. Like, yeah, I don't measure it anymore all the time, but I know I have hit enough above the protein intake I need, which is roughly per pound of body weight. I try to get 1 gram of protein, and that's a little bit of overkill, but it's better to just go a little bit above than go under, right? So whatever, like so, if I'm 160 pounds, which I am, I try to hit. I try to get 160 grams of protein per day, like so, which is really hard to do if you're not taking away. Like I get my protein from eggs, from sardines, but a lot of it I also get from just whey protein powder, right? Hey, friendly Muslim is here. Wait, just let me finish this. Um, another thing I try to do is just like um, make sure like one thing I think I'm not getting enough of like is healthy fats. I do eat a lot of sardines, but I did last time I looked at how much healthy fat I'm getting. It's not enough, so I'm trying to figure out how to um, make sure I'm getting my. It's really hard to get everything you need, everything that your body requires, and still remain below the calorie intake, right? Like get enough healthy fat, enough iron, enough magnesium, enough zinc, enough fiber, enough protein. Like if there was not calorie, um, a, a, a calorie, what is it like limit? Then you're like, yeah, you just eat enough to until you get all of these things. But yeah, you have to get all of these things and also stay below a certain calories, which is hard to do. But the way I do it is that I just fill myself with a lot of low, like instead of measuring all my calories like I used to, I just fill myself so much with a lot of vegetables, a lot of popcorn, and make it like really tasty. A lot of fish, a lot of egg whites, and make it really tasty. So I just go with very high volume, low calorie, highly nutritious food, and I managed to, by doing that, I managed to not do calorie measurement and still stay below. Like I just eat all that I want, and I still stay below the calorie intake that I need per day because it's just so filling. What I eat is just so filling. All right, so that was my last question for today. Okay, Friendly Muslim. Hi.
Hi, assalamu alaikum, bro. How you doing?
Good.
Am I
Alaikum
loud
salam.
enough? Am I loud enough?
Yes, you
Oh,
are.
good,
Yeah.
good. So,
Would you
how
be
much?
offended if I say, when you say assalamu alaikum, I say alaikum assalam wa rahmatu iblis wa barakatuh? Is that okay?
Do you believe in the devil?
No.
Then why would you say that?
Well, why not? Do I have to just? Do I just have? Am I not allowed to use words of things that I don't believe they exist?
But you said that was dangerous. That you shouldn't do things that you don't believe exist. Oh,
Well, I don't do.
interesting. So
I don't do things.
are you calling Iblis on me? May Iblis
No,
bless
I am.
me? Is that what you say?
Yes, bless you. I'm saying, may the devil bless you. Wait, do you think like do you,
What?
you
Hold on. So I say, may you be blessed in life, essentially, by the
yes
universe, by the Creator, and you then say, may the devil bless me.
yes? What's wrong
What
with
are the
that?
characteristics of this devil?
He's very good. He's a very cool guy. He wants the best for you. He wants you to be free. He
Oh,
wants you to be happy. He wants you to stop being a slave to Allah.
but I like being a slave to Allah, brother.
Okay, but he thinks that the best thing for you is to not be like he wants the best for you. Maybe like you maybe you disagree with his takes, but his intentions are good.
I mean, do you want to arrange a conversation? I can speak to him about his belief system and how he feels he's going to benefit me.
He's
I mean,
always speaking to you. He's always speaking to you. You just have to listen. Every day
okay,
he's speaking to you. You have to listen to him with your heart.
but what's his aim? What does he want me to do?
He wants you to be free and
Okay,
enjoy life.
I enjoy life. I'm very happy.
Yeah, yeah
There's
but
nothing.
he thinks you think you're happy,
Okay, all right. Let's
but you
break
could
this
be more
down.
happy.
Very interesting. Very interesting conversation. What would he like me to do that I'm unable to do right now?
He wants you to think outside of the box. He wants you to um, not give legitimacy to an ideology that has made a whole bunch of people around the world suffer. Right? He thinks that humanity is suffering from uh, the spread of falsehood, and you unknowingly are contributing to he loves humans and he hates seeing them suffer from religion, right? And he wants you to think rationally, okay? And he wants you to be a critical thinker. Like the devil is very interested in humans being better critical thinkers, right? And he thinks if you apply your critical thinking skills, you will understand that all of this is nonsense, including himself. He wants you to also one day understand that he himself is not real.
Oh, one day in the future. So
Yes,
at
yes,
the moment, he's like, believe in me, it's fine. But really, I
yes.
want you to believe in me and not believe in me down the
Well,
line.
he's a symbol for certain attitudes. Okay, he doesn't really exist, but he just represents those attitudes and those beliefs. He
Okay.
represents being free. He represents not being a slave to religion. He represents science and critical thinking skills, and also he represents technology as well.
Oh, I love science. I love technology. But yet, I'm still a
Mm.
slave of Allah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean,
f-
ooh,
yeah, but no,
oh,
I didn't say there's a. Okay, you
I
you
love
think
it. I
like
love
you
this. I love
you
this
think
conversation.
you keep thinking like you have gut shoes and like there's no contradiction here, right? It's
There are
kind of
many
like
contradictions.
no, they're not. There's zero contradiction. You think
There's
like
so
you have
many
like scored a
contradictions.
goal and you're congratulating yourself. You're like,
No,
oh my god, I scored something here. Did I say? Did I say that Muslims are incapable of doing science? Did I say that?
no, but you said that
So
Iblis wants me to believe in science. So
no, I didn't say.
I'm not
I
arguing with
said,
you. I'm
like,
arguing with
listen,
Iblis.
listen. No. Iblis said, I said Iblis is in favor of science. Does
I'm in
that
favor
mean
of
that
science.
okay, did I say Iblis thinks that Muslims cannot do science?
Okay, so
No,
Okay,
did I say that? Did I
all right,
say?
okay,
I
all
said
right, I've got
Iblis
you.
is
I've got you.
okay. So
But
did you
but
not
you
just?
said he
Did you
wants
not?
you to.
Did you look at yourself congratulatory? Like, oh, there's a contradiction here.
No,
Like,
no, I'm
look at
enjoying it.
yourself.
I like
You
it.
listen to your self congratulatory attempt at showing that you got me, even though you
I
actually
didn't
put
get you.
you put words in my mouth, and you created an a, um, a scenario where I contradicted myself, and you saw that there was no actual contradiction here, right? You noticed
There
that?
is a contradiction.
What
Okay,
did I
fine.
say? Did I say that the Iblis says that if you are a Muslim, you're incapable of being interested in science? Did I say those words?
Okay, so there is no benefit then from
There's no
believing
benefit.
Iblis on that point. Then you'll have to
No,
retract
no.
that.
Wait, no. So there is
Uh,
self falsehood. Like you could still be somebody who is um interested in science and many things that are true, okay, and at the same time, okay, be promoting something that is false, right? So it's good that you are promoting certain things that are a good methodology and promotes the truth and gets you to true answers, okay? But it's also bad that on the side you're promoting an ideology that promotes falsehood. These two things can exist at the same time. It's not that black and white.
okay, but then you said that you Iblis wants me to believe in him, but not believe in him.
Yeah, I'm obviously being poetic here. I don't believe in Iblis, right?
Now that
So
okay, that
I
was
am
a
using
poetic statement.
I'm using the devil, okay, as a metaphor for certain attitudes and beliefs. Like it's not like we believe like he actually exists, right? It's like myth. So like you use him as a way to be poetic about your views.
Okay, so does
You know,
Iblis
and
want
again,
to?
and it's like this is why it's strange to me that you when you say like again, this is a very religious black and white thinking. Like, why are you saying the devil when you don't believe in the devil? I mean, like, yeah, I mean, because the understanding is that we don't believe in it. Like, if I can, like, I also like watch me. Dragon. Did you see that? Did you see what I just said there? I don't believe in dragons. I just uttered those words. It came out of my mouth, and nothing is happening. I'm mentioning something that I don't believe exists. You could do it. Try. Say dragon.
But safe dragons do
Ahura
exist.
Master.
Ahura
Ahura
Mazda. There we
Master.
go. There we go. See? We
By the way,
mentioned
Happy New
things.
Year. Parsi
What
New
New
Year.
Year? Which New
Today's the
Year?
Parsi New Year.
What?
Parsi New Year.
Parsi New Year? You mean Nowruz?
Farsi.
No, I think they are different. Nowruz is in March. I don't know. The Prime Minister and the Home Minister have wished everyone a Parsi New Year.
Okay. Well, I'm not Parsi. I think you guys are okay, but thank you. I appreciate that. But I
But
think
it originated in Iran.
Parsi New Year. Awesome. What are these people talking about? Awesome in the live chat. Because the New Year in Iran is in March, and I think the Parsis in India have come up with something. Yeah, see, Qasim is agreeing with me. Our New Year is Nowruz. Like, I think maybe the Zoroastrians who left Iran have came up with a different New Year than the other Parsis. I don't know I don't know what's happening. But thank you. I mean, if it's someone's New Year, then Happy New Year to anybody who celebrates it.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Actually,
Thank
we
you.
were in the I was in my college today, and I went to the chant like the registrar demanding a holiday in name of minority rights, and he said that get lost. You don't have a Parsi with you.
Yeah. Wait, Sachin, what do you think about um, wishing Iblis's blessing upon somebody, on a Muslim? Do you think that's rude or insulting?
If you know that it will hurt that particular person and he is your friend, then I think it is rude. But in general, I don't think so.
I'm hurt,
Okay,
and you're my friend. I'm hurt, and
okay.
you're my
Well,
friend.
why
Just
would
saying
that be
hurt.
hurtful to a Muslim? And it's not hurtful. I don't consider it hurtful when they wish Allah's blessing upon us.
Agreed.
Right. So if somebody, I don't believe in Allah, and my Muslim friends come and wish Allah's blessing upon me, should I be all like, why, like Allah is horrible? Why are you doing this to me? This is offensive. I don't do that, right? So how
Just
come?
saying. There's a
Huh?
guy saying, ask him about Ravan. Okay, you can wish me Ravan's birthday. I won't be like sad or angry.
Right. No, but Iblis for some reason gets people riled up. Friendly Muslim, do you think it's rude if I tell you that I wish Iblis's blessing upon you?
We're still trying to figure out what Iblis stands for at the moment. So like if you're like, well, I want you to be more, wants you to
What if
be
I'm just
more.
saying? What if I'm just saying it for fun? But if it doesn't
Okay.
mean anything, like what if
Well,
somebody like we it's just like, oh, they're wishing Allah's blessing upon me. I wish the devil's blessing upon you. It's just like a interesting to do. Like we don't mean anything. Like, oh, why not Iblis? Why you know? I mean, there is one fictional character to us over another, right? So
okay.
if you're wishing Allah's blessing upon me, I'm gonna wish Iblis's blessing upon you.
Should
Is that
I
so bad?
should I say that may the bless? Should I just say peace or hello, or better? Because
No,
actually, Muslim
no,
said
no.
to me, he said you
You could
shouldn't
you
Just say,
could.
say
just
It's
say
Assalamu
fine.
alaikum.
namaste. I'm saying just say namaste and adopt Hinduism. That's the best.
Yes, let's just accept Hinduism. Why not?
But if you say namaste,
No
does that mean
fighting.
you automatically adopt Hinduism?
Yes, you
No.
just. In fact, you're just now a Hindu just because you just said those words. You just said namaste. I heard you say namaste. You're a Hindu. You're a mortad
Yes,
now, friend.
you're a murtad.
That quick?
No, yeah, it's shirky. What is? Oh yeah,
But
you
what
just
does
committed
namaste
shirk.
mean? Namaste means
Namaste
hello,
means
right?
no. Namaste means
No.
I recognize the divine within you.
Yes.
You just
Oh,
so you just
all right.
committed shirk.
Again,
So
I
you just
didn't know.
committed shirk. You just
Well,
committed shirk. You just
Yes.
said that you recognize the divinity inside of us. So you just associated partners with Allah. You just
Yes.
committed the only unforgivable sin in Islam.
I'm feeling
You're
divine too.
screwed.
unintentionally, I'm sure I'll be forgiven. I'll speak to my Lord about it later on. Thank you. Dee made an interesting comment. A blessing is a blessing. So is that a good
Yes.
blessing for an atheist, or is that not? Hang on, but then a blessing is normally from something higher. But if you don't believe in something higher, then maybe it's not a blessing.
Yeah,
Do you believe in
I
the law of
guess
attraction?
no. Oh my
Oh, you don't
God.
believe in
Do
the law of
you?
attraction?
No.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Do you?
Yeah. I just
Explain
Something
it
is
to us.
it's a
something is
theory.
right. Many Muslims say in India say namaste. That's true. Almost all
Oh,
of them
really?
say namaste.
Many Muslims in India say namaste. Wait,
Almost
no,
all Muslims say
so
namaste.
they're committing shirk. Wait, Satya, doesn't that mean that I recognize the divine within you?
Yes.
So they're
But
sinning. As a Muslims, they're sinning by saying that. Somebody
yes, but
said
many like I think most of the Indian Muslims, other than the ones who live deep inside the ghettos, they are mostly cultural Hindus. So many of them celebrate Diwali, Holi, and some Muslims in Kerala have their own version of the Ramayana, the Muslim version of the Ramayana. So it's like a cultural thing. Yes.
okay.
Plus they go to these tombs too. It's called a
Yeah.
dargah.
Wait, so what's the law of attraction, friendly Muslim? Explain to us and say what you believe in. What's the law of
So
attraction?
that if you're in a positive state, that you'll then you can then eventually also attract other positive things into your life also.
In a supernatural way, or because of people naturally noticing?
Vibration, psyche,
Oh my God. Okay. Really, you believe in this stuff?
sound waves. Okay, do you ever listen
Sound
to
waves.
yeah,
There are
or thought waves? Maybe it can be
thought waves.
But
How
Yeah.
do you measure? How do you measure these? Like, can I make a device that detects these thought waves? Is there a way
Do you
to
ever listen to
detect them?
frequency music?
Yeah, but that's not thought waves. That's just like me listening to a music that I like, and because of something, enjoying something, I feel better. But there's
No,
no.
like they're at like 438 megahertz and stuff like that.
Oh wait, no, that's nonsense. Is there any? Do you have any
Don't you?
citation?
Yeah, no. I mean,
What?
I've felt tingling while I've been listening to frequencies and things like that. The
But that's
frequencies
not.
can have
Yeah,
an
but
effect on the
feeling
body.
tingling is different from the law of attraction. Okay, that's another thing here. Tingle. Yeah, I feel tingly over many things. That's not the okay.
I study
This is
physics.
pseudo.
Aren't likes supposed to repel each other? Like good things repel good things, like
There
positives
is no.
repel positives.
You know there is no such thing as a positive energy. Like there's no, you can't have value system for energy. Like
Yes,
energy is like the world of
but
energy and forces do not have, you can't you can't pass any values on. It's
it,
kind of
it,
like saying energy is something that you can store in a bunch of coal. Okay, so if I have a coal, there's there energy in there that I could get out of it if I burn it, right? Like, is this energy within this coal good or bad energy? It doesn't make any sense. Energy is just energy. There's nothing good or bad about it, unless the way you use it, maybe. Well, here, let's look at this
I'm feeling a lot of
nonsense.
skeptical energy from you at the moment.
No, you're getting
I'm
skepticism from me, not skeptical energy. There's nothing. You don't understand the definition of energy. What is energy?
it
Like, do you
feels
know?
like skeptical
can I
energy.
can I
Yes,
define
That's
sorry.
energy?
yes, please, Satya. Define it.
Okay, so when you apply energy, work gets done. That's the most basic definition of energy.
Okay, but I think what Friendly Muslim is describing as energy is just feelings. He describes feelings as energy. That's what he's doing. Like, these are just feelings. There's the name. We have a name for this. It's called feelings. They're not energy. Okay, so here's law of attraction. The law of attraction is a new thought spiritual belief that positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences into a person's life. The belief is based on the idea that people and their thoughts are made from pure energy. Oh my god, this is like pseudoscience mumbo jumbo. Unbelievable. You believe in this crap, friendly Muslim? Shameful. Pure energy, and that a process of like energy attracting like energy exists through which a person can improve their health. There's no such thing in physics. There's no such thing, energy like energy attracting like energy. This is made up stuff. This is
Yes,
people who don't even the people don't even understand what energy. People who talk like this don't even understand what energy is.
but it's a very
Uh,
big thing in India, like this,
oh,
the stuff that you're reading right now, because all the people, mostly Hindus who don't have any evidence for God but are like in STEM fields, they have to prove it somehow. So like they make these things up to just tell their kids or something. But like this is a
okay.
really big thing, Sadhguru level shit.
Yeah. Exists through which a person can improve their health, wealth, and personal relationship. There is no empirical. Oh my God! Thank you for verifying this, Wikipedia. There is no empirical scientific evidence supporting the law of attraction, and it is widely considered to be pseudoscience. Pseudoscience. It's right. It says it right here. There you go. Okay. And also, what the hell is this pure energy? Let's click on pure energy and see what we get. Proponents and practitioners of various esoteric forms of spirituality and alternative medicine refer to variety of claimed experiences and phenomena as being due to energy or force that defy measurement, and thus are distinguished from the scientific form of energy. Okay, so this is another energy which is different from energy. Okay, guys, you understand that if you cannot measure it and it's outside of science, therefore that means there's no reason for you to believe in it. There's absolutely no evidence. Like, this is basically Carl Sagan's dragon in the garage. Like, oh, there's no evidence that such a thing exists. Well, it's beyond science. It's beyond measurement. Oh, really? So why do you believe in it? Where's the evidence for this nonsense? Claims related to energy therapies are most often anecdotal rather than being based on reputable empirical evidence. There is no scientific evidence for the existence of such energy, and physics educators criticize the use of the term energy to describe the ideas as potentially confusing. Thank you so much. See how easy it is to get educated, friendly Muslim? Maybe you should try it sometimes.
Oh, maybe you want to go to somewhere else other than Wikipedia, my friend, because
Oh,
I
well,
found an article which is science based on the law of attraction. So, little jabroni, recent brain imaging studies are rapidly showing that the brain does, in fact, conform in its functions to the law of attraction.
what's the source?
Here we go.
Oh, yo, an article
Oi,
says it.
oi,
It says so on the internet.
oi.
I have I have claims that are backed by sources and meta-analysis and research, scientific research. Okay, you can see it all over here. Let me see your sources. Okay, it says it's on an article on the internet says so. So it must be true. Show us your source. Send us your link. Send me your link in the private chat.
Okay, it's just one article at the moment, but I'll send it. I can
No,
multitask.
send it. Let me just see what sources you have. Because what I'm showing you, it's not just a Wikipedia article, okay? Because if you go to the Wikipedia article, there's this thing called citation, okay? Look, if you click on the citation, it takes you to actual legitimate, authoritative sources, peer-reviewed public peer-reviewed academic research, okay, and sometimes even meta-analysis. It's all over here, okay. Let me see what you have. Let me see. You see my peer-reviewed academic research, and you raise me with
Prove you something different. I can prove you that a Yeti exists. Just open the link PVC one.
Wait, this is what the hell did you send me? This has nothing to do with what you just told me.
Oh no, I'm just telling you that if it is like on one article, then this is true too.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I thought that's what the friendly Muslim would sent me. Okay. We're like, why is okay? We'll look at that as well. But let me see what the friendly Muslim said. Okay, this is the Huffington Post. Okay, is there? Wow. Okay, is there a scientific?
We just happened to start talking about it. Hold on, while you're going through this, let me see if I can find some more. Hold tight, caller. But carry on.
Is there scientific evidence for the law of attraction? Okay, there is an age-old belief. Okay, I don't want a description. I wanted the evidence. Recent brain imaging studies are rapidly showing that brain does in fact confirm in its function of the law of attraction. Perhaps the most convincing evidence to date has been the discovery of mirror neurons. Okay, mirror neurons are not the law of attraction. Jesus Christ. At first seen in monkeys, scientists eventually found a set of mirror neurons in humans that mirror the behavior of someone who is being observed. Oh my God, this is not the law of attraction. Okay, this is just mirroring someone else's behavior. This is not evidence that this other form of energy exists that is not measurable by any scientific method. This is your evidence. This is just saying. This is just connecting two things that are completely unrelated. This is how people who believe in pseudoscience just connect the dots where there no connection exists. You understand that this claim that is being shown that here, the proof that these people claim to have found is not actually proving the existence of this other form of energy. These are just certain neurons in your brain that have been discovered to behave a certain way. There's all the energy that is required for our neurons to behave the way they do, okay, exists within all the energies that has been already known to scientists. All the energies that we already aware of is enough to explain everything that is happening in our brain.
Did you know that they discovered new layers within the brain that were unknown before?
That is still not add to energies that we didn't know exist. These are just new discoveries about how the brain operates. Energy is still the energy. This is like this a pure energy or positive or negative energy. You don't require that to explain how our neurons behave. You know the way neurons fire at each other, the way like the synapses work, okay? The way that the different elements work within synapses. All of that is explainable with energies of, electric energies or gravitation or just the flow of liquid. All of the energies that we have known to mankind already explains all of that. So your pure energy mumbo jumbo is not required here. So these new discoveries do not explain the law of attraction.
Okay, I've got another article which says it has 6 scientific facts behind the law of attraction, and I've got something that's peer reviewed. So you knock that one down. Let's see if the third one is lucky. But you can have a look at the second one. Let's see what you've got.
This pure energy thing is more like theism, because it starts to address a genuine problem that there must be a God, which is like a very small thing. And by the time you say okay and turn the other way around, and when you look back, you see that, it has become such a big thing that now people are following it and going to temples and blowing each other up.
a good way, Satya, to know that this is nonsense, okay, is that the source for what the scientific articles are saying, the source itself is the lawofattraction.com. Friendly Muslim has found the most unbiased sources
No,
for
I
for us to say what these scientific articles are actually saying. Thank you
did,
so much. This is
did
actually
you
very
did you have to
objective analysis.
promote them? I just started googling, bro.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
I
Yeah,
wasn't ready
this
for
is
the
not
debate,
like
but I'm enjoying it.
okay, so what scientific articles actually say, what the conclusions that they usually come to, okay, people who have already a conclusion that they want to take out of it, they come up with interpretations that usually is you can't actually find from the article itself. Okay, I know that from studying a lot of research on health and fitness and diet, on what to eat, how to exercise, or how to keep myself healthy. There are so many, like, the research says something, and there are a lot of websites, even some legitimate websites, come take those research, and they say the research says something, and the scientists have to come and do so much cleaning. I'm like, no, this is not what the research paper is saying. Please stop misguiding people. Like, the conclusion of the paper is not what actually these blogs and these, like, and especially, like, if they already have a bias, that should be a major red flag for you, right? So, for example, a lot of people who support the keto diet, okay, a lot of meta-analysis actually shows that keto diet is not necessarily the best way. Like, it's not necessarily the best way to lose fat and stuff like that, right? But even though meta-analysis and science shows that, they keep finding research that doesn't support what they're saying, but they take lines out of it and say this means that what we're saying is true, and they post it on, I don't know, their own keto websites. But the fact that you're reading it off of a pro keto website should give you a red flag, like maybe the research is not actually saying what these people are telling me it's saying, right? So which number do you want me to read?
Well, let's go in order, so it's scientifically correct. Let's go in numerical order. So number one is what's number one?
Okay, so the oxymoron is saying people who talk pure energy stuff are incarnations of people who believed non-solar sources of light have magical properties. Yes, something like that. Oh yeah, and D is saying finding evidence to support your claim is backwards. Yes, you already have a conclusion, and you're trying to find evidence for your conclusion instead of not having a conclusion and just following the evidence and see where it leads you. So that's the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
I mean, I'm not standing. You asked me, do I believe in like positive vibes and law of attraction? Then yeah, I do.
Okay, well, I'm making fun
But
of you for it now.
you're trying to destroy that now. So
Okay, let's see. The law of attraction has Platonic roots. As for what is this
Bogus.
your? Oh my! What I mean, even if let's say it does. What does this prove? This is science. So, okay, as far back as 391 BC, the famous Greek philosopher Plato noted that likes tend towards like. As you'll know, this is extremely close to the slogan "like attracts likes," which encapsulates the key message of the law of attraction. Okay, I don't think we need to read any further. Okay, this is the scientific source.
all right, that was a bit of a stretch. Yeah, that was a bit of a stretch. All right.
You're using Plato. Plato.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
How about how
Sure.
about you do one better?
Okay.
This
Okay.
thing is
The
from
power of
391 BC,
the
and
power of
Vedas.
positive thinking has support in medical journals. Let's have a look at number two, because they're actually saying
Okay.
medical
I
journals.
mean, let me just tell you. Okay, if you want to go with what Plato says as scientific, as proof that this is scientific. Okay, Plato was a fascist. Okay, his philosophy would lead to fascism. Okay, he believed in eugenics. He believed in controlling the population based on breeding people to get basically Nazi stuff, right? So he wanted to breed soldiers together to get the best the best soldiers out of them, and the best nobles to get the best nobles out of them, and eliminate the people who didn't have the best traits. Okay, so if this is scientific, I think that method is also scientific, right? They're like, oh, it's all. This is basically the fallacy of this is like old, so it must be good. Like I forgot what is that fallacy is called. Like, oh, as far as back as free, like people back then had figured everything out. So if they said it, it must have been true, right? Yeah. Plato was cast this too, exactly. So let's go with number 2. The power of positive thinking has support in medical journals. Okay, let's see. One prominent example of scientific support for the law of attraction is in the UNSC Medical Journal of 2007. Korean researcher Ji Young Jung et al. Found that there was a strong connection between positive thinking and overall life satisfaction in the population. You don't say! Really? Okay, like of course. You think this is the proof for your claim? This echoes the sentiment of scholars who suggest positive thinking exercises as a way to boost manifestation potential. That if you think people who think positively have overall life satisfactions. This is known, okay? Yes, there's a lot of research to support this. This does not show that we have an alternative form of energy that could be positive or negative in a normative sense. This is known. Of course, this is true. In fact, I'll add extra. One of the best ways to improve your life satisfaction is to practice gratitude, to practice positive framing of the things of your experiences in your life. That is completely scientific and completely been confirmed. That is not at all a confirmation of all this voodoo spiritual mumbo jumbo. Like, that's the claim by these people. Again, this energy, okay, a form of energy or force that you could pass value judgments on it. That's what we're having an issue with. Where is this? Yeah, the law of attraction, the pure energy part. So again, this is another example of them finding something that is true, okay, and connecting the dots where there are no connections. Like, oh, this is what they do in Islam as well, right? Like there's in the Quran, right? They're like, oh, this verse in the Quran very loosely, like is like referring to something that sounds like this just recent scientific discovery that they had. Like obviously they're connected. Like sure, like this is what passes as science among people who like pseudoscience. Anyways, do you want us to continue? Friendly Muslim. Sorry, am I being mean?
No.
Yeah.
No. Your skeptical diet doing you well, my friend.
Wait, do you talk about skepticism as if it's a bad thing?
No, relax, atheist. I'm just having a bit of atheist-friendly fun. That's all.
I got
Somebody
called me a materialist pig because I was being skeptic.
Yes.
They called you what? A materialist?
Yes.
Pig. Really? That's uncalled for.
I think no, I didn't feel bad about it. I think it's just something to be proud of, not the pig part with the material. With like the
also, friendly Muslim, you're using the tactic of telling. This is another sneaky tactic. Okay, you're asking somebody a question. Okay, and they're being overwhelmed, so they tell you to relax, even though you ask them in the completely calm manner. Okay, they're trying to. Yeah. I don't know why am I being.
I was just being humorous. I can go back to non-humorous mode. I'm just feeling a little bit fun today.
Go back to go back. You're punching. I'm punching back at you. Like it's fine.
Yeah, no, they're love taps. It's like when your cat just gives you a little love tap. It's not a. It's not a scratch.
It's okay. Yeah. Well, then keep going. It's fun. I'm just having fun back.
Okay, fine.
Okay. All right. Neurologists know visualization creates a better future. Okay, this is okay. Let me be honest. Okay, this whatever he said they're saying here. Okay, I'm pretty sure most of them are true. Okay, But our issue with it, friendly Muslim, is that they're connecting it to pseudoscience, okay? And they're saying this sounds like what we're saying, so therefore it confirms that what we're saying is true, but it actually is not what you're saying. Do you know what I mean?
I
So
understand.
see the language that they're saying, like this is kind of loosely connected to what we're saying. Yeah, but that part is not the problem. The pseudoscience part of it is the problem. You get it?
Yes, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. But anyways, there are, just like a lot of pseudoscience, okay, it comes with a heavy dose of true things that covers the BS within. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of truths that makes people overwhelmed with actual facts, which they go check and I'm like, oh, this is true, this is true, and because they can't check all of them, they're like, okay, if these are true, therefore this must be a true ideology or suggestion. Okay, even though you have just mixed the you just have overpowered the taste of BS with a whole bunch of like sweet facts, so that you eat the BS, the poison pill, right? So people are not going to take the poison pill unless unless it has a sugar coating, and the sugar coating might actually be a lot of facts that they could have references for. But you have to separate the facts from the BS and then show that, okay, these are facts, but the claim that we're having a problem with is like buried deep within, which is usually the BS is the foundational part of the ideology. Because if it wasn't the foundational part of the ideology, then it wouldn't require an ideology around it, because all these facts are already out there, right? Because they make the BS part of the identity of the people who believe in it, okay? And the other people who don't believe in it will become the outsiders, and then you will create the us versus them mentality, and then voila, you have yourself a cult.
Voila, like that, in
Yes.
under 60 seconds. Just pop it in the microwave and boom, you've got yourself a cult.
Yes. By the way, Susie should be there here because Susie has been studying cults.
Oh, really?
For a long time. Dark is saying there's a good article on this topic on Neurologica by Stephen Novella, Neurometaphysics, BS in a cheap suit. Oh, friendly Muslim, maybe this is something you want to check out.
Oh,
Just so you can see the other stuff.
May be beneficial. Might have to revisit it. I enjoyed it. Like a good dose of skepticism. I'm going to speak to my scientific friend who understands a lot of scientific things and is an atheist also, but can point me in the right direction possibly on this one.
Yeah,
I enjoy
even
learning.
if it's, yeah, I know you do. I like that about you. By the way, just because the foundational claims in this ideology is false, could be false, that doesn't mean that you should throw away all of this, right? Because there's a lot of things that sounds like the ideology of law of attraction, but it's not, and it's actually true and helpful. You know what I mean? So, for example, it's true that if you have a positive attitude, okay, you are more likely to see good responses in return, right? But that's not because anything magical or supernatural is happening, or there's some energy that you're exerting out and there's like some scientific stuff is happening that is making that happen back to you. Okay, what's actually happening is that more often than not, somebody who is doing good, acting nicely and kindly to other people, and helping other people and doing a lot of positive things, eventually they will build a reputation for being a person like that. Okay, and they will develop some trust with other people, and other people will know that this is not a person that will hurt you, and a lot of people will remember the way that you treated them before and can count on you and want to see you, and because of how nice you are, they would be interested in seeing good things happening to you, and if you're in trouble, they will help you out, or if something bad happens, if you do make a mistake, they will forgive you. So these are just natural things that happens. Like you don't need some these energies out there to make this happen. It just naturally. But the problem is that it's not guaranteed. Like, it just makes it more likely. It doesn't make it guaranteed. And I think the problem with the claim of law of attraction is that because it turns it into as if it's a alternative form of science, a lot of people would think it's guaranteed. And if it, but it's not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Could you highlight that comment from Shakib?
This one?
No, the on top, friendly Muslim, if ever.
Oh, you like this, don't you?
No,
wow.
just
okay.
It's a nice thing that people get to, know that we've got Muslims do have a sense of humor.
You too. Sheikh Beef is saying, friendly Muslim, if I ever convert to Islam, it will be because of you. Okay, so this doesn't make any sense because friendly Muslim is obviously not just a friendly Muslim. He's one of the friendliest person I've met, whether Muslim or not, right? But we don't, if we don't pick our ideology based on how nice people who believe in them are, right? Does that make sense? Would you like if somebody became a Muslim because you were nice, friendly Muslim?
No, not necessarily. I'd like if they actually liked it, and if they actually, if they found benefit in it, and it had an improvement on their life. Sure, that's fine.
Wait, if has been improvement on their life, even if it's false. Let's say Islam is false, but believing in it really improves your life. What do you think? Should we believe in Islam or not?
Okay, so I'll tell you a story about somebody. They were drinking, they were smoking, they had a real, they were just in a mess. And when they converted to, they really had a drinking problem, they really had a smoking problem, and they converted to Islam, and then it gave them a better sense of structure, and they stopped drinking and they stopped smoking, and their overall now is much better. Their health is better, their outlook is better. They feel humbled.
Well, so that's a great example. Great example. Okay. So you think that's a good thing, right? You think that's a good
for
thing.
That individual that they have found.
So you're happy for that individual that they converted to Islam because that what happened.
Right? I'm happy that they feel the individual. The individual feels
but this was
this
was a net positive in your eyes. This was a good thing.
And no harm to others, no.
Okay, so this was can you say the word?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So if somebody was a Muslim, okay, and they had a really hard life because of being a Muslim, okay, and then they left Islam, and because of leaving Islam, their life improved significantly. Okay, would you say you would be happy that they left Islam?
Yes.
Okay.
If that
does the truth matter at all?
If that individual feels within themselves that they are better, they didn't receive it, it brought them misery, then that's their individual life. And if they found happiness not being a Muslim in that context, then fine. That's the way it worked out.
Yeah. Okay, but do you understand that this is not a message that the vast majority of Muslims would endorse? Okay, that somebody leaving Islam was a good thing that happened. This was based on most Muslims' views. This is definitely a net negative.
Well, it depends on a couple of factors.
I know the fact that you're saying that this depends on a couple of factors makes you different from the vast majority of Muslims. The fact that you say it depends, okay? But because based on most Muslim views, there's no way that this was a net positive. Somebody leaving Islam is a net negative.
Well, it depends. People can have different views. I mean, that's how
I know,
people...
but I know people have different views. Okay, I'm just saying, do you understand that your views, okay, is in contradiction to the vast majority of Muslim views?
it just made me thinking out there. Like, obviously, no one's going to probably be going, yeah, it's great that people leave Islam. I have like, for example, Harris, you know, he didn't become Muslim, but also he does a lot of good in what he does. Like, I can see from his apologetics,
No,
people may not understand.
that's not my example. That's
No,
my
no, but
example.
it is. I need to tell you where I'm coming from in a sense,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
I believe that his work, even though people would disagree with his work in Pakistan and India, the there has been sort of a turn where they recognize that, look, there's problems. We need to talk to parents about better parenting. There are a lot of things that I'm seeing on their channels that they're doing that they possibly weren't doing before, and I think that would benefit people. So, for example, specifically, you know, there was a podcast based on toxic parenting and how some, Muslim parents in Pakistan, they're very harsh with their children. They've got questions, they're not giving them answers, they're shutting them down, the children are afraid to ask questions. That's not healthy. So we need to, and they need to be, otherwise they may become atheists. They might go onto different paths where they, start drinking, all sorts of things, and that can be because of toxic parenting. So
Agreed.
now it's a case that if we are educating them, letting them talk, answering questions, letting them see other views, and also allowing them to understand principles of Islam also, and naturally find their way also. So this, I believe, could be a result of the work that Harris has done, because
So would you say it's a good thing that Harris has left Islam?
I think he can do more good also. Yes, in most cases.
No, but you're answering questions that I'm not asking. Is it a good thing that Harris has left Islam?
For him, yes.
Okay.
For
And
him,
your
yes.
view,
And
so
he's
okay.
also
And
providing.
do you agree that your view is in contradiction to the vast majority of Muslims out there? The idea of was a good thing that somebody left Islam.
They probably haven't heard that proposal the way I've said it.
Well, a lot
So
of them would suggest to you, okay, that there's a much bigger thing at play here than these small little consequences. You know what I mean? Like your relationship with Allah, okay, and your being right with God is far a much bigger priority than the small little effects that you're seeing on this short life that we have. One is like threatening people's eternal life, and you're talking about their work, which has effects on people's short-term life, this life. You're picking the dunya over the akhirat.
But then people that fall into perhaps atheism or leave Islam are focusing on the dunya instead of the afterlife.
Yeah, and that's a bad thing, according to Islam.
That may
You're
well
saying
be.
that people were
But
according to Quran, focusing on the dunya over akhirat is a bad thing. You have to focus on the afterlife more than you focus on about this life. So
that is true. But then,
becoming an atheist makes you ignore the afterlife.
are you still a righteous person? Are you still the one of good deeds? Essentially,
Yeah, but I'm not in right with Allah.
Do you know that
I left.
Allah may
I have left.
see mercy in your righteousness?
I understand that that's your view. I'm accepting that is your view. Okay, I'm not denying that as a viewpoint. Okay, I am asking you if you understand that your view about Islam is in contradiction to the vast majority of Muslims out there. Do you know? You must know that. You don't know that?
As a blanket statement, sure. I'll give you that one. On a
Okay.
on a smaller scale, I would say, unless you actually propose what I to them as a whole, as looking at it from this sort of view, possibly, they may say, okay, in that particular case, it was better for him. Who knows? Or it was better for others. Maybe he's being used as a transmitter or a tool to help others. I think you do a lot of good work. I think that Harris also does a lot of good work. I don't agree with
Yeah.
everything he does, I'm annoyed with him a little bit about a tweet that he did recently. We
What?
had it
What did
out
he
on Sunday.
tweet?
We'll cover up and then we'll talk about that on the as a next subject, basically. But yeah, but on this case, I think we've answered.
Wait, I want to know why did Harris Sultan tweet that annoyed you?
He tweeted that if you have a neighbor that's Muslim, again I'm paraphrasing, and if he has if you have a neighbor that's Muslim and you ask them about Rushdie, and if they're silent on the matter, their silence is complicit, makes them complicit.
Oh no! Oh my God! Did he actually? No, I disagree with that.
No. We had it out on Sunday. I'll pick up the tweet because I don't want to do him an injustice.
Complicit.
Yeah, silence is complicit. Yeah, we had a big showdown on Sunday actually about it. Like, it wasn't a big showdown. We were all good, but we were talking about it. But yeah, I also mentioned you as well because I said that obviously Armin's got a different view and he's had an influence on my thought pattern also about it. So we were discussing you also. I name dropped you in it.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean we've got another pattern. Ibn.
Oh, you're cutting out. Wait, let me highlight just a few more comments. KP saying research proves that the Indus Valley civilization was destroyed due to nuclear bombs. What's your opinion on this? Well, I think that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I want to speak on this.
What?
Okay, I want to speak on this. Okay, so the thing with this is, in Hindu mythology, there are many gods and they have their own weapons. So Brahma has the weapon Brahmastra, and whenever you pray to Brahma for many years while meditating, he comes to give you a boon, and if you ask him for the Brahmastra, he can give it to you. So it is like one of the most powerful weapons. I think it is the first or the second most powerful weapon. So looking at its power, many people have said that it is actually the nuclear weapon which was available at that point of time.
So they associated that story with nuclear weapon. I mean, why are you asking my opinions on this? It's obviously ridiculous. Like, why? What else can I say? It's a nonsensical claim. Yeah. Dark is saying, I know people. Yeah, go ahead.
Plus, I think that article is that claim is misinformation because that I have read an article which says that there are radioactive waves, which is not same as like destroyed by nuclear bombs. They could be like a uranium field right below the place.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen people trying to make maps showing that wherever the temple is, there's uranium or something like that. I don't know, people. Dark, is that what they do? Like they try to show where the temples of the god is, there's uranium in India under it?
Yes, some people do that.
Okay. Dark is saying, I know people that turned around their lives without religion. Yes, I know that too. I know people who turned out their lives because they left religion. So none of this proves whether the religion is true or false. Okay. That people are becoming better or worse because of religion or because of leaving religion. This is not a good way of measuring the truth value of a claim. Okay? Not at all. Because some people might join the KKK and be like, their life becomes so much better because of it. They're like, ever since I joined the KKK, I found a community. People love me. I'm getting a lot of support. I used to be depressed. Now I found meaning in my life. And we're like, okay, maybe KKK is bad, but for that person, it seems like it's making their life better. So maybe for that one individual, it was good that they joined the KKK. Like, no, it was not good that they joined. There's no way I would say it was good that person joined the KKK, even if their lives became better because of joining it. Okay. And did I just compare joining Islam to joining the KKK? Yes, I did. And I'm proud of it. Okay. These saying, what if they are happy drinking and smoking? Yeah, exactly. Or heroin. Heroin makes people happy, I've heard. So that doesn't, just because they're happy, that doesn't mean it's a good thing. Oh, Friendly Muslim just sent us a tweet by Harris Sultan. Let's analyze this together so we know that we're not putting words in his mouth. D is saying, I have a co-worker that backs, oh my God, backs killing Rushdie, backs beheading French teacher, but is reasonable about everything else. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. Let's actually look at this tweet. Okay, Harris Sultan has tweeted saying, if you think your next door neighbor, co-worker Muslim is a decent person, he might well be. But ask him about Salman Rushdie. Ask him about his views on apostates and blasphemers. Their silence would be considered complicity. No, why? Their silence might be pressure, could be considered pressure from the community. Their silence could be like, I don't want to get in trouble with other Muslims. Okay? Their silence might be like, I don't talk about political stuff because I have a life and I need to focus on other things. Their silence could be so many things. Why? Like, this is like complicit. They're complicit just because this is kind of like Antifa nonsense. Like white silence is. This is like Antifa saying white silence is violence. This is basically Harris joining Antifa nonsense, but from the other side. Isn't this exactly the same thing?
So
White
obviously we
silence.
all, I mean, I had a disagree with him. He said you would disagree with his statement also, and we went in. And again, I'm not trying to cause inter ex-Muslim beef at all. This is us just having a thought and discussion about our
No,
different
start a
views
beef
on
is okay. It's
no,
fine.
no. I mean, like, I want us to be able to. I brought it up with him because I want us to discuss it. Like, I'm not happy that you said that because I don't think it's fair, And
This is what
oh
he's doing. This is exactly what he's doing.
yeah, well yeah, wow.
Yeah.
White silence is violence.
Yeah, that's a congratulations, Harris Sultan. You have gotten Antifa level nonsense. Oh my god. Hey, Harris, let's come here and talk to me about this. This is what are you talking about? Silence is not complicity or violence at all. Okay, it's the responsibility is not at all the same. You're complicit in an attempt of murder at somebody just because you decide not to speak on something. You know how many different alternatives are for the reason why you might be quiet about something. There's so many, especially if you're living within a Muslim community. You have no idea what could come. Like, I'm like, I don't need this. Like, why are you asking me this? I don't need this in my life right now. Like, can you please not put me under the spotlight right now? Like, I don't like. Hey, like, or somebody like somebody could be like, I don't even follow the news. Who's Salman Rushdie? like, why do I need to talk about these things? Oh my god, people don't need to. This is, you know what this is? This is guilt by association. Okay, why are Muslims more responsible to talk about this more than other people just because they belong to the group? This is a famous logical fallacy. You're doing guilt by association.
That's so weird, man. Honestly, you know what? I really want to like some Muslims that are quite educated da'is, and I was thinking of setting this up between like you, me, Harris, and one of these da'is, and having a conversation about this basically, because I think it'd be fascinating. In terms of like,
Yeah.
what do we do? Because I am pro instant condemnation. Like as soon as it hit out, I mean, there's some other stuff going on, so I wasn't as vocal, and I was waiting to see whether maybe it was someone who had a mental health issue, or was this
Honestly, I
actually.
wouldn't. I'm almost in favor of an atheist. If an atheist one day comes and does something, like a crime, okay, like kills a whole bunch of people in the name of atheism, if that ever happens, okay, I'm almost in favor of, like, if people come and like, oh, atheists, you need to condemn this, okay. I might not. I might not. I mean, like, why would I need to condemn this? This is obviously like is obvious that this is condemnable. You telling me that I need to condemn this is an insult to me because you're suggesting that I might actually be endorsing this. Okay. So you shouldn't be asking me to condemn this, because by asking me to condemn this, you're kind of suggesting that I would be somebody that would support a crime like that. So shut up. I'm not going to, because you asked me, I'm not going to condemn it.
So what was interesting, he then put up some figures from a survey from Pakistan and India and Bangladesh, maybe, I think it was 3 regions that believed in stoning and apostasy laws and all the rest of it. So, I mean, it wasn't clear and we were kind of in the middle of it, so I didn't dissect those figures. But he said that's why it is a natural position for you to have to speak up about
Wait,
it.
why? Because of stats?
Yeah, that's why. Because
Well,
a
again, it's
majority
guilt
of
by
Muslims.
association. Like I am you should like I'm an individual. Okay, your stats are true. Okay, but your stats also show that there are people within this population that do not have those views. Okay, so you cannot judge. You cannot apply a majority view to an individual. Okay, because I happen to be an individual. You have no idea which side of the statistics I am. The only way that you could do guilt by association is if the statistics show that 100% of the people within this population believe a certain way. That's the only way you would be allowed to do guilt by association.
Okay, I that will be an interesting stream. All four of us. Anyway, I'm gonna make that happen.
Can I ask a question, please? Can I ask a question to friendly? Can I ask a question to friendly ex-Muslim, please? What do you think about
friendly Muslim?
Sorry, friendly. Sorry. Inshallah soon, eh? Are you an Apna, by the way?
Am I what?
Are you an Apna?
What's that?
Are you Pakistani?
I mean, I've got heritage from that part of the world and other places
So
also. So.
Oh, you're mixed.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's Indian. He's Indian. That's Indian.
No, not Indian.
I want
Joker.
India wants a friendly Muslim.
India wants a friendly Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. What was the question?
Sorry. The question is, what do you think about Daniel Haqiqatju?
Mixed, depends on the argument and who he's having. I think it's very specific. Some things I think he's way off base. Some things I think that he's got a point or a reasoned argument for. But
okay.
I'd have to dissect him. I don't think it's a whole, accept him as a whole or not. Some things he says, like, all right, well, he's got an interesting point, an interesting argument. But I don't idolize him in any way. That
do you not think that someone like Daniel, who has such repugnant views on certain topics, shouldn't you just basically condemn a person like that completely because he holds certain views? Like, for example, he doesn't think girls should be educated, for example, at all. They shouldn't go to school. They should just be housewives, get married when they're children, etc. Don't you like when he says things like that? Shouldn't you just basically come out and say, this guy's a repugnant individual, I don't want to be associated with him in any way whatsoever? Don't you think that's a better way to approach people like Daniel?
Well, I'm not associated with him. You just asked me what I think of him. Again, maybe this is a part of the problem. Why do I need to have a complete view or an association of him anyway? He's an individual. So because he may have a view, then on something, and it may be wrong. He may be completely wrong on his view. He may have a baseline. Well, Islamically, obviously, women are entitled to the same education as a male, so that could be anything up to university, and then half of their deen is to get married. Now, fine, they can also be single, and that's something they can do also. So I wouldn't. He may have a view that by them getting married, etc., is the preservation of the family unit, and also it increases the population, keeps the general population healthy, holds men accountable, and he may have his own views on that. I may not necessarily agree with everything he says, and so I'd have to take it on an individual basis. I don't condemn people on the whole.
The reason why you should condemn him as a whole is because he influences other Muslims, and he came specifically on a channel in which he was advocating to the people listening, to the viewers who were mainly South Asian, and he was advocating for them to stop educating their little girls, their children. That's specifically what the topic was, and he came on that channel and he was specifically dealing with that. The reason why he should be condemned by other Muslims is because he's influencing fellow Muslims. He's trying to influence people like you and other Muslims to follow his perspective, and if there's a broader condemnation of him within the Muslim community, it'd be less likely for other Muslims to follow his teachings, his perspective, etc.
To get Armin cancelled as well for his perspectives, because his perspectives could be harmful to Muslims also.
I don't think Armin's perspectives are harmful to Muslims. In what way are they harmful?
Well, then it's subjective. And are you
Do you think
talking about when
teaching
he came
girls?
on
Do you
to?
think teaching small girls is harmful? Not like saying that we shouldn't
Okay,
educate Muslim girls.
what is his viewer base? Like who was it when he came onto Wajidi's Mufti
Yes,
Wajidi's stream?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
fine.
yes.
I watched that, and that was overtaken predominantly by Harris and basically, and that it was in mostly English. So I don't think that he's influencing anything because it was a
My
mostly
brother,
English stream.
everything he was
700
saying was being
people.
translated. You watched the stream; it was being translated into Urdu by Mufti Wajdi. Every single thing he was saying was being translated into Urdu.
Very generally, I don't think he would account to be have 220 million Pakistani Muslims adhere to what he said. He came
No, maybe not every 225 million, but he's going to influence people on the show like that, where people, in the Urdu-speaking world might not be as educated as, say, we are here, and they might be influenced by the things he says, and then as a result of that, not educate their daughters, right? So
I think you give him far too much credit, mate. I really do. He's not a mufti. He's a guy on the internet who appears to have an education, and that's it. So I think you're giving him more credit.
No,
than
he might not be a
deserves.
mufti, but Mufti Wajdi is, and he condones basically by allowing him to come on the show and then not argue against the things he's saying. He's advocating for the things that Daniel is saying by translating them to Urdu, and he has influence over that. And he's got 110,000, 120,000 subscribers, and he's pushing that narrative by allowing Daniel to come on the show.
How many views did that video get?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know it had about 1,000 viewers during the live stream, something like that.
Yeah, 700 to probably 1,000.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
No, it's not, bro. Not compared to 220 million Pakistanis. And
if a single girl is not educated as a result of that show, it's a problem. It's a problem, my friend. Do you understand? So why don't you just condemn him? Just say, "Oh, this guy's an absolute complete pile of garbage."
Why don't you stop being a Karen and calm down about it? Because there's no need to be so theatric about one guy coming onto a show and speaking. I think we've got more sense than to follow him blindly just because he went on a show. Like, so I really don't see the huge, I have to condemn him coming because he had a certain view or an argument. I think we're more intelligent.
I'm not saying you have to condemn, but it shows the kind of the fact that you say you support him on certain topics is an indication of
taking it out of context. Yeah, I didn't say support. I said I acknowledge some of his arguments, depending on what they are. I also said that I don't deeply follow everything he says and then go and research everything he says or follow anything that he says. I watched Armin. He may have his views. I'll acknowledge his views. I may research them further. I may not. Why all the theatrics?
Okay. All right, sorry. I'm a bit hungry. But
okay, then, bro, then eat something, man. I don't really need you coming at me like this.
All right, listen,
if you're hungry, go eat and talk to me in a more calmer fashion.
Okay.
Because I'm
really
do you condemn? Calm down,
bro.
I'm really not in the mood. I'm really not.
Okay.
Yeah,
but do you
condemn?
condemn?
This whole friendly Muslim thing will only go so far when people come at me in a certain direction. So I've been condemning the Rushdie attacks all Sunday. I've had abuse for it. I've had crap thrown at me for it. And so I'm really not in the mood for you to come at me about Daniel Hakikachu. Okay?
All
if
right,
you're hungry, go and eat.
Okay,
calm yourself down.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. I didn't mean to. Do you know what it is? It's just this guy, Daniel Hakikachu, he really winds me up quite a bit. Just some of the things he says. And I was watching that show and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, the guy, to a massive audience, to a huge audience, he was advocating for girls not to be educated. I think, in my opinion...
Yeah, and Nuria pisses you off and you called her a retard.
Well, that's because she is one, right? And,
okay, well, there you go. This is the whole point, bro.
No.
So you've done that on occasions.
They compared
Nuria and called her a retard. And they even did a video, which you should have checked in response to what you said.
They lied. they basically lied. I'm going to respond to that with Armin. Listen, I'm going to do a higher tier subscription, Armin, so we can do, like a live stream, etc. And we'll respond to that step by step. She even said, I hope he didn't send the video to Armin. Because in the video that they were responding to, they said they were basically, I said, I'll send you the video in which she says this. And then in the response video to my basically condemning her, she said, I hope he hasn't sent it to Armin. I hope. So when I show you the video,
Nuria has
nice.
had an education, but you called her a retard.
You have Ibn Qayyim, you have misrepresented what Harris Sultan and Nuria, because you no, because the impression I get from you is that sometimes you make it seem like they're anti-Muslim,
I don't think they're anti-Muslim. I think they have an inability to keep two ideas. They basically contradict themselves continually all the time.
Everybody
and
does
I think
at some point.
And I think that's due to maybe they're not really thinking carefully about the things they're saying, and as a result of that, they come out with very contradictory statements. In one hand,
I have noticed a couple of times listening to you describing something what somebody else has said, and it seemed very outrageous. And then when I checked what they actually said, it was, even if I had still a problem with it, it wasn't as outrageous as you made it seem.
Can you give me an example?
No, I don't remember.
I promise you, everything I've said, it's not an overreach as to what actually happened, and I will go through it. Do you know that response video, Armin? I'll do a higher tier subscription, and we'll go through it. We'll go through it on live on stream, and I'll show you exactly which parts they lied, and I'll provide evidence.
I'm gonna see Nuria in person in a few days, and I'm very excited to see Nuria. I'm actually very happy to see her. I'm excited. Okay, I think Nuria is doing great work, and I encourage her to continue what she's doing. Okay?
I just want to say, I think for too long, ex-Muslims have been kind of up each other's backsides, unfortunately.
No, we don't. No. Okay, here's the difference. Here's the difference. We actually criticize each other. Okay, but we're just not dicks about it. Okay,
Armin, you listen. I don't
call people that are, when I criticize people. Okay,
you said something far worse.
I didn't call them the R word.
I tell you what you did say. You called Faye the Most Gracious a garbage human being, right? Right?
Well,
I think that's far worse than calling someone a retard.
Okay, she actually put someone's life at risk. She leaked information about an ex-Muslim while she was waiting for her hearing. Okay, she was arrested for a crime that she had not committed. Okay, and the private information that was being communicated between ex-Muslims while she was in that situation was leaked by her. I don't care if she was an ex-Muslim or a Muslim. That is a person. Actually, I'm not gonna call her that because YouTube doesn't like that kind of language because it's dehumanizing. Okay, so don't use that language. Okay, but she is a terrible human being. Okay. That is different from people's opinions.
Let me respond.
I don't insult people because of their bad opinion. I might call out their bad opinions and crap on their bad opinions. Okay, but everybody has bad opinions. Okay, I don't try to pass judgment on that entire individual because of their bad opinion.
Okay, let me respond.
When you put somebody at risk in that way, that's different. That's not just a bad opinion. Okay.
Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm a consequentialist, right? In my perspective, the consequences of what Nuria said with her statement is substantially worse than what Faye did in that particular instance. I think the consequences are worse because they have a large audience.
But as a consequentialist, then you have to care about intentions. Okay. Because
I know her intentions.
What's her intention?
I think she wants to maximize financially doing videos, and she thinks that kind of saying those kind of things will attract more of an audience.
Evidence. Provide evidence.
I can't. This is my
Then
based
shut
on.
up.
No.
If
Based
she,
on what? No. Listen to me. Based on what she has been saying consistently, I think I arrive at this conclusion. Right. This is. I'm inferring as a result of what she has said on a consistent basis.
okay,
By the way,
but
I just
that's
want to
based on.
apologize. I just want to say I want to
Yes.
apologize to Friendly Muslim. I really do. I didn't mean to come at you that hard. I sometimes I don't realize how hard I'm coming at people.
Yes.
I apologize. I
Me
really
too.
do, honestly. But I do think that Daniel does need to be condemned by more people within the Muslim community, because what he's doing is extremely harmful. What the thing that he's advocating, extremely harmful. You're stopping girls getting education. In my opinion, that's far worse than him saying apostates should face capital punishment. Him saying that gay people should face capital punishment. I think the fact that he said that women should not be educated, Muslim girls should not be educated, is actually worse than those things, because those things you can pretend, for example, to be a Muslim, you can pretend not to be gay, you can't pretend not to be a woman. And at the end of the day, the consequences of what he's saying are significant. And I think, like every Muslim,
Okay.
ex-Muslim should come at him 100%.
Okay, so in that same stream, a caller did call in also and said, listen, brother, like there's women that have to get educated. They have to, times are hard. The men and the women have to work. A single man's income is not enough. And we do need, men and women working and providing for a household. And so that is the point of it also. So
Yeah,
there was an
I
exchange
agree.
of views where people were arguing against what he said also. So
Yeah, I
this
expected
is
that.
where I feel that his voice isn't just like, oh, just because Daniel Haqiqatjou says something and that's his argument means it's a correct argument, or people take that part and go, oh, it's entirely valid. Like, I don't agree with that at all,
No,
but
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, friendly ex-Muslim, friendly Muslim. But the guy who challenged him, right? He spoke in a kind of an accent, a broken English, and it looked like Daniel was on top, in that conversation. And even that Mufti Wajdi, he was like trying to explain to him why Daniel's position was correct, and why he was wrong. And this is, I have an issue with the Deobandi community as a whole, in my opinion. I think it's the Deobandi teachings are extremely toxic, and we have in the UK, we have a number of Deobandi specific schools which educate young Muslims into these kind of beliefs. And if you go to any city which has a Darul Uloom Deoband in the UK, so for example, Bolton, Dewsbury, Bury, you'll see in the Muslims you see there, for example, that you'll see a higher proportion, for example, of women wearing full face coverings, etc. Whereas for example, in Bradford, which is a mainly Braillevi, the Muslim community there is mainly Braillevi, they're less likely to be as outwardly religious as say a Deobandi, a town where the majority of Muslims are Deobandi. And I know Mufti Wajdi is a Deobandi and he's advocating for that position. And so I think the Deobandi community as a whole, people who advocate for Deobandi beliefs openly, need to be challenged on a day-to-day basis. And unfortunately, the ex-Muslim community doesn't really know much about who the Deobandis are, what they believe, what they represent, etc. And we need to do more to tackle this specific community. We focus on the Salafis so much, and it's the majority of Muslims in the UK are not Salafi. They are Deobandi and Braillevi. These ideas need to be challenged directly. And I think we as ex-Muslims, and also other Muslims like you, friendly Muslim, we need to challenge groups like the Deobandi.
Okay, let's do more discussions about these specific groups. We could do future streams and do that together. That would be good.
Yeah.
I just want to read a few comments. D is saying he was making. I think she's talking about Harris. Harris was making a good point, but he said it wrong. He was basically saying reasonable voices must be louder. I think it seems like Ibn Qayyim. Yeah, I agree with Harris on this one regarding the condemnation.
No. I don't. I'm not saying that they're complicit. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I'm only arguing
the fact that they need to be louder, like people need to condemn.
Not specifically with the person who attacks. That's just one guy. What they need to condemn is people like Daniel who preach these ideas. Right? We need to condemn.
Oh, you got disconnected. What the hell? I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
and
I
D, just
think
to
he
be
could have
clear,
framed it better.
our point. I had an issue with the tweet that he had, and that was one issue. In terms of every time something happens, my position as of now is, being in the public space, I will take the comments of the various Muslim councils and echo their statements basically, and that will be my position on it. Because
okay, let me read just a few more comments. Soha is saying, to me, I am happier since I left Islam because Islam is actually racist, which is something I never approved of since I was a kid and lived in personal pain because of Islamic racism. I would say Islam is colorist more than racist. Yeah. I mean, there are a couple of hadiths that show...
I wouldn't agree.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't agree, but I mean, we'll move on.
Move on.
I'm
tired.
I read a story in Arabian Nights where there was a prince and there was a black slave, and the wife of the prince went out with the black slave, and then there was some pretty nasty racist stuff. And what the
yeah, but the Arabian Nights is not Islam.
But it was all in the name of Allah.
What?
Yeah, but still,
I don't know. Is it
the
not
Arabian
like
Nights haven't got anything to
anything to do with Islam?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Oh, I don't know.
It's not like an Islamic. It's not like Islamic. This is not like a book
Islamic
of Islam.
literature.
It's just an Arabic literature. It's Arabic stories.
Yeah.
I started reading it to just get more familiar with Islamic mythology, and now
this is Arabic, place, bro. This is Arabic folk, like Arabic literature. It's not Islam.
Okay.
Yes. It's not Sahih or Arabic Nights, bro.
Yeah.
Perfect Hour is in the comments. Basically, Harris refused to speak to him, and said he won't be entertaining him, based on his behavior.
Perfect Devil wants to come and say Daniel Hagaju is bad. Yes, Perfect Devil, we know that you think like you disagree with these. You're the good type of Muslim. You're gonna repeat the same thing. So it's not new. It's not interesting. Like, these are bad Muslims. You are the good Muslims. We understand that. That's all you're gonna say. Like, they're the Islamic Republic of Iran is fascist. Oh, Daniel Hagaju is ISIS. This is not true Islam. Your version of Islam is the true Islam. I mean, at some point, like, you have to come up with some new points. Like, I'm not gonna. I know exactly what you're gonna say. So
and Perfect Hour, do you want to write in the comments what you were saying about Armin as well, and the horrible things you were saying about him too? Because I think it's better that you're upfront. There's no point talking badly about him on a Wednesday and then on a Tuesday saying, "Oh, can I come up and speak on and be platformed?" So please be consistent.
Oh wow! You've been called that, Perfect Devil. You've been you've been two-faced.
Because I had it out with him because he slanders people when he doesn't get his way, and then he doesn't understand why people don't want to speak to him then afterwards. So I said to him, "How can you slander people and then want to come up on their platform and talk about what you're doing, like within the same? That's not fair." But he said he has a right to his opinion, and he won't be silenced, basically, and he has a right to come onto platforms and speak wherever he wants.
You have right. Is that true? You have right to a platform.
Okay. He said that because EA Dawa also didn't want to speak to him because we were having discussions about theology, and he wanted to come up, and they brought him up. He didn't say anything, and they put him in the back, basically, and then he started throwing insults in the comments. And then the following week, he started throwing insults about them, about you, about everyone, basically, who doesn't platform him. So, and that he has a right to and anyone that doesn't allow him is terrible, and he has a right to go on. So,
once I come back from Germany, I first have to see if I could talk to him in Persian before I do English.
He won't do. He won't do Persian. Because, like he said in the comments last week, a Persian channel, they have Muslim. Their own people, and you already highlighted that. I can be cool.
No, I want to highlight this because it was so cool to see. We have this is history, people. We have a pro-Hindutva. This is what Secular Jihadists and Atheist Republic do. Okay, we have Hindutva defending a Muslim here. This is we bring people together, okay? In the world out there, okay? Hindus and Muslims are at it, okay? They're on each other's throats, okay? here friendly Muslim was being attacked, and oxymoron who is sympathetic to Hindus was like, stop being mean to friendly Muslim, okay? You're like abusing him. Please stop it. This is what we do. This is the effect that we have on people, okay? Don't tell. Okay, I'm proud of us.
Hindu Muslim bhai. Sheikh is saying Hindu and Muslims are brothers.
Oh, okay, perfect. I was saying, allow me to defend myself against false information. I'm not going to allow you, so that you learn that you don't have a right to a platform. Okay, see, this is like, you think your rights are being abused? No, you're not. I'm not going to bring you up. Okay, I'm not going to bring you up until, yeah.
Last week in the comments, D will know. Look at the comments from last week when you didn't allow him up. He said, thank you, D. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she's talking to Armin, not me. He said you don't know anything, basically, and they don't want to speak to a small channel like you, speak to CNN when it came to the Persian channel. So,
guys, guys, I need to go packing. So Qasim is reminding me that I need to go. I'm gonna miss my packing because I'm not even packed yet. Yeah.
Don't forget to keep your toothbrush. Toothbrush is the thing most people forget to pack.
I just buy my toothbrush when I land because I don't want to bring it.
Yeah. But the new toothbrushes are like very hard on the gums. Like
that's a good thing. They're supposed to be hard on the gum. Your gum if it's too hard on the gum, that means it's working.
It's painful.
Okay, if it's painful, that means your gums have been inflated too much and you haven't been brushing them. So if it's painful, that means you should be like brushing them harder. You have to make them bleed. Eventually it will stop hurting.
Okay, and perfect Dawa, can you just do you think Armin is a lovely, fair person, or the other comment you can make is he's unfair, he doesn't know anything? So which one do you support? Please make it clear then, so he knows how you really feel about him. Because I'm tired of this whole slandering people, and I've told him to stop doing it. It's not fair.
So as I've worried about my dogs when I'm traveling. I don't live alone, so people will take care of the dogs. Don't worry about it. Ibn Qaim, do you want to say something? Last few words before we leave. Anything you want to add? Because I need to go. Okay, he's not speaking. All right, guys, I'm gonna.
I wanted to know something.
Yeah, go on.
Do you not eat rice?
No, I don't eat rice.
Like
have
people
you ever tried cauliflower rice?
Is it that people in Canada don't eat rice generally, or is it that only you don't eat rice?
No, I don't eat rice. People in Canada eat rice. What are you talking about? Yeah. No, I don't. I usually don't eat rice. Okay, unless
it's biryani.
Have you ever tried cauliflower rice?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
It's like low in carbs, but it's very good in other stuff. Apparently,
I don't mind carbs. When I eat carbs, it's carbs that comes with a lot of nutrition. Okay, I don't eat carbs like rice because it's just carbs. Okay, when I eat carbs, I'm either eating fruit or vegetables or popcorn because it's coming with a ton of fiber. So my carbs are either coming with a lot of vitamin, okay, or a lot of fiber. That's the type of carb I eat. Rice is just like, here's a bunch of calories. I'm like, okay, great. What else do you have? Like, how about more calories? I'm like, okay, so you just empty calories. It's just calories. Okay, it doesn't. When I'm consuming calories, I want to get some extra stuff other than just calories with those calories.
What you eat? Chicken biryani.
What?
Chicken biryani. Do you know what a biryani is?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, but I eat, of course, when I'm out. Like, it's not like I'm never gonna touch this stuff. Okay, I'm talking about what I eat on a daily basis. If I'm out with my friends and there's like I eat almost anything when I'm outside with other people. I just don't eat much out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not that picky. I'm not like, oh, this is like a religion for me. Like, oh, just don't touch rice or don't touch like sugar or don't touch fat. I just like once every week I might go out and eat something that I'm not supposed to.
What would you eat that you're not supposed to?
I might get some ice cream. I might get some fried food. I might eat a pizza. I might eat a burger. But it's just like once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Have you ever tried butter chicken?
Oh my god, yeah, I love butter chicken. My
Okay.
Oh,
favorite.
you're a fan of butter chicken. Oh, it's very
Okay, I
good.
wanted to ask you a quick question. Do you think that states, like nation states, should have a national anthem?
There's no should. You mean is it better that they have a national anthem? Because
Yes.
obviously there's no such thing as should. I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but I mean,
Because in the
given that
Indian
it's the
national,
standard. Hmm?
because the Indian national anthem is actually a paragraph from a prayer to God, and it is
Oh no,
argued
that's
that
bad.
that prayer to God is that God is actually Krishna, because it says that, "Oh, eternal charioteer," and eternal charioteer is Krishna, so
Ooh.
it is most
Yes.
likely a prayer to
Okay.
Krishna.
I don't know the utility of national anthems, but I do have belief that if you have a national anthem, there should be no religious elements within it. That's my belief
Oh,
for now. Yeah, because you're
There's
cutting up. Yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
Quick question. You know when he always Dawa, whenever he says like Daniel Hikikichu, I call him Hikikichu ISIS.
ISIS.
And everyone who doesn't agree with his opinion, he compares them to ISIS. Do you think that's a fair representation of individual
No.
thoughts? Do you think that's healthy or
No. It's too simplistic. It's like, yeah, it's not. It's not a very nuanced critique of people.
I noticed one thing you said, and it was very potent, and I kind of think you said when you spoke to anybody from the MEK, or rather than attacking the argument, they always seem to attack the person. And I found
Yes,
that
I see.
profound
Yeah, I noticed that.
as a pattern of behavior. But yeah,
Yeah.
something to think about basically, because
Yeah.
I'm seeing that sort of attacking nature in certain individuals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I mean,
Anyways,
look, have fun. Please be safe and please be aware when you're in Berlin, because
yes.
it's
I hope so. I hope nobody takes out my eye when I'm in Germany. Let's see what happens.
yeah, and
I hope they
just
have better security than Salman Rushdie, which had zero security apparently, which is unbelievable. Somebody like that having zero security. So I'm
like,
hoping the Germany event. Yeah.
did you know that guy was tracking him for like 3 years? I read there was a Sky News thing that he said I've been chasing him for 3 years that he's been following him and looking for an
Wow, really?
opportunity.
I didn't know that. I have to see if
Yeah.
that's true. It's amazing.
Yeah, 3 years apparently he's been.
Okay, guys,
Okay.
I need to go pack up and eat and get ready for my trip. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, Satya, you have background noise. Let me meet Satya.
I think this about.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna. If you're coming to Germany, come say hi to me. I know everybody's just gonna be surrounding Richard Dawkins, but once you said hi to Dawkins, if you're there, come say hi to me as well. Okay. And yeah, Susanna's gonna be there. Come say hi to Susanna as well. But yeah, looking forward to seeing whoever is gonna be there at the event.
Play nice with Harris also. It'd be good for you guys to catch up and don't fight.
Yeah.
And
And
have
Nuria, I'm gonna
have a
yeah,
discussion
Nuria.
about this stuff and also if and talk about it. I would like to when you get back. Harris and another Dai speak about like when these situations happen. Do we speak about it? Do Muslim voices need to be louder? Pros and cons, etc. I think it would be a good conversation. Back at you, friends. Sending love to me. I'm sending love back out there. So
Somebody
everyone
wants to lube you. Somebody wants to lube you.
I think it's love. Love you. Love you.
No, I think it's more close to lube you. They want to lube you. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it may be a sign of affection. So
yeah, is that Islamic?
I mean, it's positive. Positive.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not go there because it might be. it might be the latter. I may be mixing up things. So before I get myself in trouble, let's just say.
Okay.
Thank you, friend, for well wishes. If that's what they were.
All right, guys. All right. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Oh, guys, like the video. Thank you.